morning, people. No. Morning, people. Welcome to TD. No. It's Thursday, the 14th of October. No, it's November. Good morning. It is Thursday, the 14th of November. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, I am one of your hosts for today, Martin Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. And Brent is here with us.
Morning.
How are you guys doing?
Thank God.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Same. Retweet on that.
Good morning, everybody in the chat. The familiars, Christy,
Big up, Christy.
Sarah, Chijoke, Johannes, Nathan Brown, Timmy, Dr. Amani, ELCNU, the rest of that, Davina, and Crew. Good morning, everyone. How was yesterday, Esther?
How was yesterday? Oh, yesterday I was really awakened by builders outside my house.
All right, what are you building?
So it's just, they're sorting out the front of my house. So like I don't know what you call it. See that front of your house? Mine was doing this weird thing of sinking.
Okay.
God forbid. That's not how I want to go out. So anyway, they're basically fixing that. But they start so early in the morning. 7 a.m. Nah, it's not about right. And obviously I thought, okay, I'm not coming here today. And I was going to go into the office or whatever. And I thought I'm going to give myself a lie-in of sorts. I was rudely awoken by a bulldozer outside my door. Outside my because my room is just outside. I couldn't believe it. It was the whole thing. So anyway, that was my day. What else did I do yesterday? I did midday Pilates, which always reminds me of why I work as hard as I do. So I can get to a point in the future where I don't have to, where I do minimal effort, maximum payout, kind of like. And I get to do Pilates during the day. That was it. The day wasn't that exciting. I'm in my low energy, tired phase at the moment. So
It's winter.
And there's that too. Do you know what I mean? I'm there because I'm a woman, but I'm there because it's winter. So I need to get in sun ASAP.
Yeah.
Like ASAPity. But it is starting to feel like it's cold now. It's very dry cold. Like if you don't moisturize properly, you're going to look
Yeah, you're finished.
ashy. That kind of cold. But yeah.
Does sad hit you during the winter period?
No. I just don't want to leave my house. Cause I just don't like the the darkness in that way. Like it gets dark quickly, so I just don't. And the cold, I don't like being cold. I'd rather be hot than cold.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why I should be out of my house. Like my last shindig. Oh, it was a queer's birthday of the weekend. Let's talk about that Monday. I don't think I did, but yeah. So that was that. So I went out for that, which is really fun. Ghanaians are a good, very fun bunch. But anyway, did that. The TnB thing is gonna be my last. Like you're not seeing me after this. No, don't invite me out.
Till New Year.
To the new year, like till spring. I'm going to Lagos. I'll be outside there. It's hot. That's fine. But once I come back, I will see everybody in March.
Yeah.
Like if it's warm then. Climate change and all. Heck, might be July. So, yeah. I just like, so sadness doesn't hit me because I actually I feel like the cold is like kind of cozy and winter's very, very cozy, especially like to the lead up during Christmas and stuff. Yeah. And I'm watching Christmas movies now. This is where I am.
From now?
Yeah. I watched them the other day. It's on Netflix. It's got Christina Milian on it. Is it Million?
Oh,
Million?
crap. I watched that bollocks as well, man.
Bollocks.
Sorry.
What kind of heart do you have? I thought it was so cute. I like cringy Christmas rom-coms. I was watching it and I said, nah, this is my bag. Let me see what it's called for you, though. Hold on. But actually, it's on my list. One sec. How do you find your list on your phone? Netflix?
No idea.
Yeah, it's just not great.
There we
go.
You watched it too, Emmanuel?
Yeah, man. It was in the
It's
background.
called Meet Me Next Christmas.
That's the one.
It's
Like
really
when,
nice.
when you
Top
watch
10.
it, yeah, you feel like
Top 10.
it was a film that was made 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same storyline.
Oh, it's always the same storyline. But you don't watch these things for the storyline.
Yeah.
You watch it for the cuteness of it, the festivities of it all. Yeah, it's the same damn. I know she's gonna. I know I'm gonna ruin for the rest. It's hardly a ruin.
They've seen it 20 times.
Bro,
They've seen it.
you've seen it in white, black, Asian. It comes. These kind of films come in every race.
Yep.
But I like it. But it's called Meet Me Next Christmas. It's new. But I've also been in my Nollywood on Netflix back. Nah.
When I was telling you guys,
I see why they're number 2.
Huh?
I see why they're number 2 after Hollywood.
100%.
Brent, so can I get some horns, please, for the Nigerians? Don't be selfish. Thank you very much. You didn't come from your heart, that. But no, honestly, it's been great. So let me tell you what I've watched here so far. Also, I watched Tyler Perry's film Beauty in Black. It's not bad, you know. It's a series.
I can't do it.
It's a lot of sodomy, though. And like, that man is a sex freak. I don't care. I don't care how many pulpits and how much money he donates to, what's the swallow man?
TDA.
I don't care how much he gives to that man. He's a deviant. He's a low key. Whatever sex you can think of is present in there. Is it the father? Is it the son? Is it the mother? Is it the lawyer? Everyone's a harlot. It's crazy. Anyway, I liked it. People are cussing online, but I have time for Tyler Perry. I'm never gonna lie to you. Anyway, the first Nollywood thing I watched was Far From Home.
Okay.
Really good series. Funny enough, there was some guy in there that's acting, and he moved me back in the day. But I am one of those people where I don't suffer FOMO in going out, and I don't suffer FOMO with men. I tell you what, he can be the biggest star in the world. I'm just like, oh thank God, that was not me. So that's just a point out. So Far From Home was really good, but I watched one that was just wow. It's called Oloture. Have you seen it? It's about the trafficking. Human trafficking.
There's 2 parts, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's a film first. So you have to watch the film first, and then it goes into the series, but it's like a 3-episode.
Okay.
It is so good, but also though, it's the reality of like Nigerians who want to leave, and it's so weird because I actually saw a tweet yesterday from a guy who was saying how the jackpot culture. The jackpot culture is when people want to obviously leave the country or whatever to find better opportunities, and he was saying how it's really ruining communities and families and friendships and stuff because. There's people that go years without seeing people. Yeah. And Iman, there was a thread of people who said their auntie left, their uncle left, their dad left, and they haven't heard from them in 15 years. And they don't know whether they're alive or not.
Wow.
The guy who I retweeted it, and he said how his brother left, his stepbrother or half brother, something like that, left, and they haven't heard from him in 14 years, and they keep getting like different information, whether he's alive, whether he's dead, they don't know. It was so sad. So that film, I would honestly suggest watching. It's really, really interesting. It's called Oloture, so Oloture. And if you're like into Bella Niger stuff, the girl Sharon, whose wedding went viral around the same time as Davido's, she's actually one of the main characters, and she's a good actress actually. But yeah, so that was really, really good. I'm watching that. I watched Hijack '93.
The airplane one.
Yeah.
I started watching it, but something happened.
No. Finish it. But then I'm just like, it was so interesting, but I feel like it could have had a bit more depth.
Yeah. You
see how we watched Hijack with Idris Elba? Like, we felt like that could have had more depth.
Yeah.
I feel like this one as well, but this one, I think, I forgot to do my research, I think it's based on a true story.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know when they do all the terms and conditions said it's not, is this, that? But I actually I want to get into the real story. And then currently I'm watching King of Boys.
King of Boys, okay.
The one with, Shola Shobawale. That auntie. She's known back in the day as Tony Tomato. Hold on, let me get her.
Tony Tomato?
Tony. She had a
Oh yes, of course.
Legend.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolute legend.
What's it called? King of Boys?
Yeah.
Is she like a
She's like the Oba.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started watching that as well.
Yeah, honestly, finish these things.
Yeah.
They're really, really good. So with hers as well, it's got a film first, and then it's got a series.
What is the film as well?
It's so sick. So the film is the first one.
I think I started on the series. So I need to watch
go back
the
to the film. That gives you context for what the series is about. Honestly, Nollywood are doing great things.
They've got the best storylines.
Like,
I've been saying it.
And I think because the street Nollywood, you can predict it as soon as it starts.
Yeah.
First of all, the song, they do this stupid little soundtracks throughout the movie, and the soundtrack basically tells you what's happening in the movie. So from scene one, you know the main character's gonna die, and do you know what I mean? Like, you just know. But the Netflix ones and the Amazon Prime ones, there's so much investment into it, and the talent is just crazy. So I've literally been in my auntie bag just watching Nollywood up and down. But it doesn't even feel like an auntie vibe. It feels like just a modern
That's what
day.
I'm saying to you. But the other Nollywood ones, you know the ones that's more traditional.
The street ones.
I love those ones.
Yeah, I know. Those are flipping funny. Those are hilarious. I need to go back to watching the Yoruba ones.
Yes, if you go on the same Netflix, there's one called Ga.
Let me watch it.
Right, but that's like these are much more historical.
Okay, yeah.
So, but that one is sick. It's about obviously one guy called
I thought you were going to say Gar.
yeah, something Ga. I can't remember. He's from like the Oyo Empire as well.
Okay.
One called what is it
Oh,
called?
it's got Funke Akindele in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, she's in it.
Yes,
There's
sir.
another one, The King's Horseman.
Okay.
You need to watch that. That's also based on like a true story as well. But it was actually written by what's the guy? Wale Soyinka.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Legend.
he had a play based on that true story.
Okay.
And so they done the film based on that whole
It's got
thing.
King's Horses.
The King's Horseman.
The King's Horseman.
Brilliant film.
Honestly, yeah, these are just absolute that the talent. I'm so happy though that they're getting these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how how it is they come about it, whatever, but I love it, man.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So that's been my bag. That's been my days. How are you, Marks?
I'm alright, I guess.
How was pen game? Don't look at me like you don't know what I went.
I didn't know what you was talking about.
You know? Oh, fair
I do
enough.
bare things.
Okay, man. Like, how was pen game?
Yeah, pen game was sick still. I
Looked it.
got some footage that I wanted to post, but I can't because the battles ain't out yet. But I'm like, do you want to watch
You
it?
might want to do a spoiler alert.
Huh?
Remove
Distressed.
that. Can you move down? Yeah.
Distressed.
Why?
Have you seen it?
What, my hat?
Yeah.
No?
Let me see.
Have a look.
There's something on it?
Or something's not on it.
What?
Was the black missing?
Oh my God. When did that happen?
How'd you lose a W? How'd you lose a W? Like, of all
When?
the things, that's so random.
So I ain't even been repping.
No, not with your chest at least.
Oh my God.
You're
When
half
did this happen?
committed to
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, man.
So silly.
That is all right.
Yeah, no, pen game was sick.
That's good.
Wait there. You want to see some footage from it? Let me show you some footage from it. I'll send it to Brent. You can put it on the big screen.
Lovely.
Okay, that's great.
Shut up.
Get into the headlines.
But yeah, man,
What do you mean you say to the headlines? I'm sending you something.
Yeah, I know, but right now it's dead.
it's a
Yeah.
pause. You should have done this when I was
It's
telling
gonna
my.
take 1 second, bruv.
When I
Not
was
going to
talking
no
about my
headlines.
story.
Play one play sending you.
Cool.
Can you play it straight off the WhatsApp or do you need to do straight over?
No, I need it on my email.
Oh,
Ah, okay. Go ahead, Dad.
Right, thank you.
All right, people. Trigger warning on this first headline. 30 members of the Church of England clergy face being sacked over their failure to stop the most prolific child abuser in the institution.
I don't know why they should be facing it. He should have been sacked. I was upset that man resigned. He should have been sacked. Should have walked out there, walk of shame out of the church. Anyway, they don't even represent the church, so there is that too.
To be fair, I think it was like maybe about a week ago. He was saying, I'm not going to step down.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I
And the
wish he
pressure
didn't. I
then.
wish he didn't get to step down. I wish he got fired
who
and
can
dragged
sack-
by the collar of
Who
his
can
little
fire him, though? I think it's the head of the head.
King Charles.
To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got that pedophile brother. I don't know if he fired his brother. So there is that.
To be fair to King Charles, I think he did shun his brother, though.
Actually, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did, he
Bless
did.
him. Okay, fair enough. Maybe he could have fired him eventually. How embarrassing.
Yeah, well, the church's national safeguarding team is examining the actions of at least 30
Okay.
officials. And so they done the film based on that
It's
whole
got
thing.
King's Horses.
The King's Horseman.
The King's
What happened there? Brilliant film.
Honestly, yeah, these are just absolute. Do you ever get surprised by the sound of your voice?
Yeah.
I do.
I used to, much more, but
But sometimes I hear it and I'm like, because I haven't heard myself speak in a while, as in playback. So when I hear it, I'm like, wow. I like it though. Because when I send people voice notes, I listen back to the voice and I just crack up. It's like, gosh, it's such a gem that keeps on giving. Anyway, so back to them pedophiles.
yes. Well, the safeguarding team of the church is examining the actions of at least 30 officials named in a report as having prior knowledge of allegations against John Smythe. Following the Archbishop of Canterbury's resignation over his failure to prevent the prolific, brutal and horrific abuse, Smythe's victims have called for 2 bishops and an associate minister to also follow suit. The Telegraph can disclose that dozens of church leaders, including several bishops, can now be removed from their role after an internal review of the case. The review by Keith Mackin, who was a former social services director, which was published last week, found that Smythe's abuse was covered up by powerful evangelical clergy. It names at least 30 individuals who are believed to still hold posts or influential roles within the church. The safeguarding team is now assessing whether their actions justify termination. Next headline, and the Princess of Wales will attend Remembrance events in London at the weekend. Is what Buckingham Palace has released. She will attend both the Sunday service at the Cenotaph and the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall on Saturday evening. The Princess has been gradually returning to public royal duties following her cancer treatment. The Queen's attendance will be subject to medical advice nearer the time, and she's been unwell with a chest infection and pulled out of engagements earlier this week. This marks another step forward in Catherine's recovery following her cancer diagnosis, after the Prince of Wales described the past year as the hardest year of his life, following both his wife and his father being diagnosed with cancer. In a video that was released in September, the Princess said she had completed the treatment and was looking forward to being back at work and undertaking a few more public engagements in the coming months. And our last headline, Kemi Badenoch has accused the government of producing a budget to milk the private sector as she stepped up her party's criticism of the rise in national insurance paid by employers. Conservative leader also used her second appearance at Prime Minister's Questions to ask how the government would help local councils deal with the knock-on impact of the NI increase, particularly as it relates to higher social care costs. Sir Keir Starmer said that the Conservatives wanted the extra investment for schools and the NHS announced in the budget, but did not know how they would pay for it. The NHS and the rest of the public sector will be shielded by the rise, but GP practices run as businesses while delivering NHS services will be impacted. And the Lib Dem leader, Ed Davey, asked the Prime Minister if he would exempt GPs and healthcare providers from the rise. Sir Keir said that the government would ensure that GPs have got the resources that they need and that funding arrangements would be set out later this year. And that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into what you're saying topic of the day.
All right, people. Have you got the video? Have you seen the video?
What?
Have you seen the video?
To where, Brent?
Mm.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay. Brent, you want to play it now? Or... One second, people. Getting the video up.
You did all that typing just for us to pretend.
I was trying to make it to turn on.
With a low battery.
These men are gold.
So, let
He's
me
cooking.
Let me run it back. Apparently, there was an echo.
Oh, is it?
So don't talk about knocking any man out when he's skinny like me. Nah, I'm on chat to my dead. Why is that? I've smoked this gram before. And what? He just got pure Asian Joe, decades Rambo talk. It's mad. I said, fuck this war. God, he ain't pulling out no sword. Never. I said, all this night talk. How I run it that I get bored. You better have your life insured. Hey, yo, Grams. What? Why are you such a sellout? He wears a brand called Rio. Bro, he can't even move a 10 ounce. Been kicked out so many times by pen game. Please tell me why you fell out. Cause you're dead out. Sort your head out. They don't respect you, Marty, get out. And we don't respect you, Marty, get out. Passive is actually shit, your chat's getting quick, I'll be back in a bit. You're silly little prick, hey, with it in a mix, spinning like a switch, just a die, kill him on the jet. I'm heading with him. Go! If you're swimming with the fish, you got slapped on stage, if only is a bitch. Falling with the shit, man, no dopey in the kid, this is the only time grabs get pussy in the grave. Which guy? This guy? On the spin twice. This white. Guy trying to let shit slide. Sick guy. No, enemy, which flag? Passive house, it smells like a big sky. Trying to rap that, but you're not blacker than me, don't even black that Z is the black of your teeth, grab chicken teeth. Passive carries the team, nah, you don't wanna rap with a G. You actually think you won't match it with me? Gather around, watch passive packs in peak. Head shape square like the back of a screen. You say crackheads can rap and beat. No one. What's more worse, you rap to your beats, or fracture your team. Say you hate pen game, he came back to the league. Yeah. Grabs his knee, yeah. Take you right back to your team. It's mad, it's pink, it's cheap, it's pink, it's green, it's tree, it's weed, it's pink, it's tree. Time. Alright, we ain't even going again. Go on. They won. Come on. Let them. It's done. Right, Arena, it's done. Round's done. Well, again, that was the end. That was the end. Let them go.
Screaming that say they want to reload. I'm saying, how? It's done. You get me? And then I put it to the vote, and the place erupted, and they weren't sure what I was gonna do. And I was like,
The eyes have it.
and then I was like, reload that shit. You get me? I was like, reload that shit. And the roof blew off. They done it again.
That was sick, man.
That's so funny.
Lena.
They're decent,
That's sick,
innit?
man. Yeah.
Chemistry and they was cooking.
Yeah.
When that drops,
Do they come together?
huh?
They come together.
Yeah, they're part of a team. It's 2 on 2s, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was cold.
So are they your favourites now?
I don't have favourites.
You can't have
No,
favourites,
not like personal favourite, but favourites to win.
Oh, what, this 2 on 2?
Yeah.
The streets will say they're the favourites still. They've been cooking. They've
That's
been,
sick.
they're mad still. But they got your cousin and that in the final. Efton and Dandan's in the final. So, and they've been surprising everybody. They've been cooking. So,
That's good. That's what I'd like to see.
you see, we'll have to see what happens.
All right.
All right, headlines.
All right. Your topic of the day.
Topic of the day.
Oh, shit.
Well, today's topic of the day, it's not going to be a long one, right? But I was watching something briefly on Channel 4, and this was about Nepo babies, right?
Oh, my dream.
So you guys, for those who don't know what Nepo babies are, it's basically just the children of people who are known in it, that kind of get that privilege, that leg up, you know what I'm saying, that other people wouldn't necessarily get that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And firstly, do you guys have a problem with it?
No.
With those people?
No.
Not at all?
Haters do.
Okay.
Actually, it depends, though.
Right.
Actually, no, because I can't have a problem with it. I think if they squander it, that's not my problem.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? No, I don't have a problem with it.
So you feel like it's like basically you're in a situation where, for example, let's just say you're hiring, and all of a sudden you see someone come in, and maybe they're the child of David Beckham, and there's somebody else who's the child of a regular Joe, right?
Yeah.
And that person, you find out that person, basically, the regular Joe's child has gone through like 5 rounds of interviewing.
Yeah.
And David Beckham's child has just come, and they've just allowed him there simply because, obviously, the child of David Beckham. Would you look at them differently?
You definitely didn't earn it.
Okay.
And I think if you're really good at the job and you're skilled at the job, I wouldn't have to look at you differently.
Okay.
But if you're really absolutely crap, you always remind me of why we should have gone with the person that you always remind me of it, that you never earned this position.
Okay.
But I don't believe in struggle. You know how I like to live, child. But if someone's really good at it, then that's fair. It's just unfortunate that your parents didn't do the groundwork to make you a nepo baby. But
That's so unfair.
it's life. It's life. You know, just take the piss game up. It's life. But if you're crap, then that would annoy me. But I said that if for example I'm the hiring manager and I'm like, this is who I want to go with, and they're like, oh, actually no, this person donates to our organization or as an investor, so we have to go with their child. That would definitely annoy me because I'm the one in that position and I know who better for the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's just say it wasn't necessarily a competition. It was more so, okay, this person donated to your company. Let's create a role for this person. So not necessarily competing with others.
Okay,
no one's losing out as such.
Yeah.
But you've created something for them to be here. You've allowed them to become an apprentice.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff.
That makes no difference to my role.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was basically hearing how some people are saying, well, I'll tell you what they're saying afterwards. But the question I have for you guys is, can a Nepo baby really ever earn their position?
Yeah.
You feel like there is something that they can do to basically say, you know what, you deserve to be here.
Yeah, my parents did work. I earned it by proxy. I earned it because I am in this family name.
Okay.
I think it depends how you look how you look at earning something.
Okay.
But say I've gone to school and whatever, the next thing that everyone knows is a job. So if I've done everything all the other prerequisites, I just didn't have to fight tooth and nail to get this role, I've still earned it.
But someone could say, yeah, you're right there. But someone could say, but have you really earned it like somebody else would have? Because I'll give you one example.
Are you just worried about them getting it? What about if they're good at what they do?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, even if they are good at it, is there something in you that can always say, you know what, well, yes, you're good, right? But you didn't really earn it from the ground up like somebody else.
So what's the point in that?
I know,
Because what point are you trying to prove? If they're good. If they're bad, I understand you coming with that because that makes sense. But if they're good and they're the right person for the job, and the stars align, why are you taking that stance anyway? That's what I say, because it just speaks to the hate in your blood, innit? Especially if the person's good at what they do. Yeah. And then you still want to nitpick and be like, but you didn't. Okay, but...
I think, do you know what it is? I think a lot of the time people say it's because they're taking the role from somebody else.
Well, you just said the role got created. No one else. That's what.
Yeah, in that scenario. But even if it was created, right, that's still a role that could have been created for somebody else who earned it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever's done could have been done for somebody else.
I don't know, man.
People didn't have that advantage.
It's like this everywhere you go. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's not... People tell you all the time, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You know what I'm trying to say? When you got a foot and a connect somewhere in a legging, you use those advantages. Nepotism is right. Your family should benefit, your people, your friends should benefit from the hard work that you put in if you want them to do so. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's not even really about the person. It's about the person who put in, it's like what you said, it's about the person who put in the work before them. Yeah. And this is the byproduct of my hard work and success. This is the game. And anybody who don't like it, I would say to hate it, because we all understand that this is life and this is how it works, isn't it? So you're just looking at it and you wish that you was in that position or you had somebody that could... And I think that's where it would come from. Especially in a scenario where the person's good. Yeah. You get me? If the person's bad, then definitely, all right, cool. Everything's on the table. Because you're mashing shit up and you're only here because of who you are.
Yeah. And it creates more work for us, so of course we just want to get you jumped.
So of course, we don't want you here. You know what I'm saying? But if the person's good, why are you nitpicking over things for?
So you see it as solely just a matter of people are hating?
I mean, hate's a strong word, but it comes from, it's all like, if
I
you...
think it's resentment.
Yeah, see, it's all, but it all bunched up. There's, you get me? There's...
You're not happy, that's for sure. But I do think people really, what's the word? People, they don't celebrate it. People enjoy the whole idea of struggle. Like, you must struggle, like, as if like something is only meaningful if you struggled for it. I beg to differ. So I really beg to differ. If someone gives me something, it is still as meaningful as if I struggled for it. Yeah, if you struggle for it, you feel like, oh my gosh, it gives you that endorphins or whatever. I could do without it. I get that in when I go to the gym. I find other ways to get the hormones in me. But I feel like people glorify, that's it. People really glorify struggle. And I think part of glorifying struggle is why people have that mindset of, oh, you didn't even earn it, you didn't even do this. But the reality of life is that if we could all choose it, we wouldn't choose struggle. We wouldn't choose to have struggled to get stuff.
Not struggle, but some people would. Some people see that work as a sense of achievement, innit? There's people that have that pride about them, that they're saying that I want to work for this. I had this argument with my brethren who's going to go and get a new car, and I'm saying in this day and age,
wait, wants to walk to get the car?
No, but I'm saying in this day and age, going and getting a lump sum and spending that big money on that car is stupid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're going to drive off the lot, you're going to lose money, you can repurpose that money elsewhere, boom, boom, boom.
It's not a great investment.
Lease the car. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, you can afford it very rare. Like, lease the car. He's like, fuck that, I ain't leasing no car. I want to own it. The car needs to be mine. I said, the car needs to be, he's like, the car needs to be mine. Very, very rare. Like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand. It is your car if you lease it. I said, whose car is that? And he goes, that's your car. Well, who, my car? He said, yeah. I said, that's my car. He's like, yeah. All right, safe. Because I leased that bad boy. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Like, So, but he's got that in him that I want to work hard and I want to get it, and it means something to him, and he's not having it. Like that's a sense of achievement to him. You get me? So everybody's different, but I think it's foolishness. No, actually, I can't say it's foolishness.
Yeah, it's foolishness.
It's each to their own, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's each to their own. But I think sometimes people are just silly, because the reality is that, like, there's certain things that people will choose a handout for, but there's certain things you want it to be your pride and joy. That I struggled so much and I came from nothing. People love that whole I came from the ground up. No, sometimes I just want to start. I want to start where I am. How about that?
But take it away from the whole. They like the struggle.
They love it, man. Because even think about it, you have rich people who ain't struggle for shit. Talking about I struggled out a hard time. Look about Trump talking about his dad giving him a little loan of $1 million.
Yeah,
that was his struggle story.
Yeah.
So even people that haven't struggled want to appropriate struggle, because there's this whole societal thing of you worked very hard to get. I don't want to work hard.
But do you see Trump? I don't say do you guys resent Trump, but do you guys kind of see where people kind of have their criticisms about Trump because he had this so-called advantage?
Do you know what it is? However way we package it, the honest truth is that if someone suffered from nepotism or whatever, and you're a bit upset about it, the reality is that it's a hateration spirit. Okay. However you want to package it, because deep down, what you really mean is that you wish it had been you,
and you wish no aspiration. Because I see that stuff, and I can't wait till the day I'm in a position to where my people can benefit from me. That's the plan. I got a Nepo baby. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's just drive me on. This is the way it works. This is all right. Cool. Watch this space.
A lot of it, probably is always resentment of like they had it easier than you did. Yeah. And that's a spirit of hateration.
But do you guys see it as, okay, cool. You're doing what you're doing now, yeah? But now all of a sudden somebody who's famous, who's a famous rapper in this country, let's just say it was 50 or someone famous. Puff
in this country, Stormzy at least.
Okay, someone like Stormzy. He comes around and is like, you know what, I'm going to start a paying game. So let's just say this was a paying game like a year ago or 2 years ago. So not where it is right now. He sees it like, I see the potential here. Pen game, I'm starting a pen game. Calls it something else. I don't know what he's going to call it.
Rap game.
Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden, he's up against you. Now, take away the fact that you're Mark. So you don't have Mark as your name. You're just a
regular Joe.
Regular Joe, yeah? Same ability, same everything. But Stormzy comes along, rap game.
But that's not nepotism, that's theft.
That's not fair. I don't...
No, but that's what I'm trying to say is, though, his name has done something and made it difficult for you now. Simply because of his name. Nothing to do with the quality, nothing to do with any... No one knows any of this stuff yet.
Is that nepotism?
I don't think that's nepotism.
Because you know, like, because it happens all the time. Though you see how people come online and they say like, you have like, say Cardi B does a song, and there's a producer who hasn't got any artist they can say that this is my song kind of thing, and he's like, I played this for someone 5 years ago, and then now it's Cardi B's song, but I haven't got the credits. That's just people stealing people's IP.
How I'm using the Stormzy thing is more so. Let's just say Stormzy was the son.
It's not the quality or anything. It's just the name.
The name.
And just, so say like, who is it that got a son? People say he can't rap that much.
Did he?
No, UK.
Sorry.
Not Wiley. What's his name?
Giggs, okay.
So say for example, Giggs' son did that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So just because it's Giggs' son, he starts rap game, and all of a sudden everyone gravitates to him, and it makes it harder for you. Yes, it's competition, but it's solely because of his name.
Yeah, me personally, I'm gonna hate that.
All right then.
But that's a personal like experience. Whether, even as much as I understand the game, I'm gonna hate that though, innit?
But I think a lot of people will though. A lot of people, when they find out the truth, will hate it as well, because again, people hate people doing well.
But is it just because they're doing well, or more so because you feel like, wait a minute, this is unfair?
It is, man. Because you see, you know what it is? Because I always say as well, people love to support people when they're up and coming. And then as soon as they start breaking barriers and start achieving the things that they claim they once wish that person achieves, all of a sudden they're looking for ways to like tear them down and be like, oh, they're too big for this, they're too da-da-da-da-da. Like, I just think humans don't like, humans would rather it was them, and they get upset when it's somebody else and not them. When they find out people have better blessings than them, or better luck than them, or whatever the case, or better opportunities than them, there's just something in their spirit that activates. Humans are bitter. Like most of them, I'm telling you, because people ain't got a lot of emotional control. Man. You see, lack of emotions and feelings. We all feel it, you know. And but some people would like to lean into it. You see, anytime I notice a bit of haterism or bitterness in my heart, I grab it. Check yourself. Fling it out, literally. Get the hell out of it. Throw it at me. Yeah, yuck. I say, yuck. Get rid of that, man. But
Purge
some
that.
people,
That's
they will
crazy.
swim in it. Like,
Some
they
people-
are diving in. They're loving it. They're even trying to spread it.
Backstroking.
They're even trying to tag other people in. They're trying to bring other people in. Nah, man. But I do think there is a thing about this struggle Olympics. People love a struggle story. Like, because you see people who are very, very talented, but because they didn't, they didn't suffer.
But it's
People undermine it.
There's something to be said for working hard and earning something, no?
Absolutely.
100%.
But if I could, I
Gratification.
wouldn't want to, Marks.
People do
I
things,
don't
do
wanna
job
work hard.
satisfaction and stuff like that. It's all, like, you know what I mean?
I started this show by saying I want to do minimal work is the maximum payout. It's very commendable to work hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like no one can ever take that away. However, if I had the option to get all the results and not work hard, I promise you, I'm building discipline in other ways.
I think everybody would pretty much do that.
You
innit?
think that, but the way people criticize people who have things easy, they make it seem as if they were in that position, they wouldn't do that.
yeah.
And that's why I'm like, yo, that's dishonest. And for the reason that I know that I would pick the same thing, I would enjoy it if it was me, is the reason why I can't hate on somebody or I can't criticize them. If you're very, very crap at it, of course there is criticism there because it's like, oh, the only reason why you're here is because you're nepotism or whatever. But you should, even if you earned it and you were crap, you will still get the same criticism, love. It's just, we just turn up a little bit because you didn't exactly work for this.
That's wild. Black Rob tries to say people don't hate on people doing well. They hate unearned rewards. That is a lie.
People don't hate on people doing well. They hate on their rewards.
They hate unearned rewards.
That's not true.
That's not true.
At all.
Not at all. It's the furthest thing from the truth I've read all morning.
Yeah,
That's
not true. But let me paint you this picture, right? So on the same thing I was watching,
Yeah.
what's her name? Mel B's daughter.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know her name.
Eddie Murphy's child.
I don't know if it's her.
Okay.
It might be, I don't know.
Because
But
we
Mel,
know that man never claimed child.
but Mel B's daughter, right? She's obviously a Nepo baby, right?
Mm.
And she was basically trying to look at the effects of certain things on her life compared to somebody else.
Yeah.
So she conducted an experiment, went out there, first time ever, made some art, right? So big paintings, all fake stuff. Not fake, she actually did it.
Yeah.
But never done this in her life.
Yeah.
She's just drawing crazy crap, yeah? And then she's got someone to come down and value it. Person saying, yeah, for this big art, one, like big picture here, whatever it's called, £2,000, this £1,000, all those sorts of stuff. She said, look, at the end of the day, the pictures are good, right?
Yeah.
But a big part of it is also your name. So they do a gallery, everyone comes out, celebrities come out, younger celebrities, what's that guy's name? Joey
Essex.
Essex was there.
Yeah, he's not
talking
really
about,
young. He's not one of the youngs. He's like Guy. he needs to be settled at home with wife. All his exes are married with children and living their great lives.
well,
Keeps
people
jumping
like
from
him.
reality show to reality show. I want to see my Nigerian Big Brother next. Silly boy.
That would be crazy.
You know Nigerians will make it happen.
But like, yeah, so he was there, other people was there, and she sold two paintings. And she basically compared it to another girl who basically, obviously didn't get the opportunity to have no gallery, nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So you're basically comparing Mel B's daughter, who's got the gallery, who sold two paintings, never painted a day in her life prior to this event,
Yeah.
made about 5-6K.
Yeah.
Other person who's still waiting for emails for opportunities. They've now given them another experiment, giving them access to 15 email addresses, top art galleries,
Yeah.
whatever. Sent out their thingies. One person gets no replies. Mel B's daughter gets 3 out of the 15 replies. So this person is clearly showing that just based on who I am, just a daughter, unskilled.
Just
in
so
this-
funny, yeah. People hate when Nepo people do stuff like this as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just showing off your privilege. Like, move,
Yes,
man.
there you go. Yeah.
Do you know what they should have done, actually? I wish they did. I wish they had Mel B's child's painting and said it was a normal, like a non-Mel B's child who did it, so we can really know the value of
Exactly.
the paintings.
Yep.
Because art as well is very subjective.
Yeah,
Because I see very
100%.
silly things, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" and just the shadow just tells you this, and it doesn't. It doesn't. I feel like they accidentally laid on it with their palm, and they've told you it's a shadow.
100%. But yeah, but
Yeah.
this is what was happening. And she was basically saying, like, she asked the other girl, like, how do you feel about this? And she said, I'll be honest with you, like,
She asked her, not Nepo baby.
yeah.
She's gonna
yeah.
get cooked for this. Those black people get a hold.
And she was like, you know what, like, well, I'm kind of paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
She's like, not that I'm hating, but I do feel some type of way about this.
Absolutely.
That I've gone to school, I've studied, I'm skilled in this
Yeah.
particular thing, and it makes me feel sometimes I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And for me, art is a lifeline sort of thing. So I'm going to
Yeah.
keep doing this, but it does make me feel like, wait a minute, am I ever going to be successful in this particular field?
Because
You know what I'm saying? So in that respect, how do we kind of see this? Like, it's kind of easy, I guess, for us to say, yeah, they're hating this, that, and the third, right? I agree. But still, it's like,
it's
people
not fair,
are losing
though,
that.
fair. Yeah, absolutely. I think that it can be agreed that it's not fair. Because everyone really in life should have equal footing based on their skills, based on their abilities, based on whatever. But unfortunately, the way the world works is that if you come from a less privileged background, the chances of you making and changing your social economic group is slim. Do you get what I mean? Like, if you're able to do that, you're kind of beating the odds kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it is unfair. That can be agreed. But yeah, it's just unfair.
Let's relate this now to, because I'm going to bring this back to businesses and stuff, right? Because obviously a lot of the time we speak about generational wealth. We talk about all these things that can help black people, right? Help our communities, working class, wherever you come from. How do we feel about using the same perspective? Brent, listen to this, warrior. The same perspective about how white people are able to continue in their position of influence and power. Because essentially all they have to do is just pass down certain things to their kids, right? Doesn't that effectively take up space for those of us coming from these lower backgrounds?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't it make it much harder for us? Do we have the same energy and say, you know what, we're hating on them for kind of taking up these positions and saying something bad about it?
I don't think with white people it's seen as... Actually, well, yeah, we talk about white privilege. That's a way of hating. I think it's still hating as well.
Okay.
But I think that black people's desire and love for struggle is why we don't have as much generational wealth as we probably should. I don't know the stats of the generational wealth within the community, so before people start asking me to do research. But I wish that we didn't glorify struggle so much.
Yeah.
Because even when sometimes you hear people who are very rich say that they wouldn't just hand out things to their kids.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily just hand out things to my kids. They have to work for it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to work as hard as someone whose parents didn't have it at all. But I still have to know that you're not going to squander it. It's very important for you to be disciplined enough to not squander this, and for you to still appreciate the value of money and appreciate the value of what you have. And the goal of that would be for you to gain this and then use it to bless other people who don't have the opportunity, that nepotism that you have. That would be my thing, because that's what I would do. So that's what I would want to pass on. But really and truly, I feel like we glorify struggle way too much within the black community. And I feel like that's why, unfortunately, I think that we could have more things if we didn't do that.
All right, Brent, what's your thoughts? Do you have a problem with Nepo babies? And do you kind of see it as sometimes we as black people who want to be in certain positions are kind of hating when we kind of talk about the privilege of certain white people who get certain things handed down to them?
I think when the person who is being gifted the opportunity or the role can't perform, and you have others who can, but they haven't been given the opportunity, I think that's when it's highlighted more. I don't know if it's highlighted if it is that the person is performing at their expected or optimum levels.
It is kind of, though. So I'll give you another example on that same documentary. There was one guy who was on Love Island. He's the son of Ronan Keating.
Okay.
And people are saying, well, he's only there because he's the son of Ronan Keating. It's not like his physique is nice. He might be good looking or whatever, but he's still the son of Ronan Keating.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else that would have distinguished him from all the other guys that would have been in that position.
Yeah.
So...
What show is it?
Love Island.
So, I don't understand.
So basically, there's an opportunity there. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people at least go gym, they model, they do certain things to get there.
No, use a different example. Love Island, I mean, people get Instagram messages asking them to come true. Mark's got some. I mean, I don't understand. You getting or using a celebrity, you're going to bring more views to the platform. That's a benefit and a feature of the product that you're selling. Use a different example. I don't know if that satisfies my...
Okay, the same example I used before about Mel B's daughter then, where based on her name, she was able to sell her art.
Was she good?
I mean, no, this is the first time she's done it. First ever time. She's not a natural. I mean,
the first time you do it.
You just said no.
It's like what you're saying. It's subjective, innit? If you want to like it, you'll find a way to like it. It's like she just did regular stuff. Honestly, Someone was just giving the tips like, take a few steps away, splash the paint in, like all sorts of regular stuff. There was nothing there that would make that sell.
Art is subjective. I don't know if it is. I could get behind that one because look at that fella who we were talking about discussing on Topic of the Day with. He was doing not a jigaboo, the black dolls with the red lips.
Yeah, Sloan.
Yeah. And that was going. His paintings were flying off the wall, right?
Yeah.
Because the white people were buying it, right?
Okay.
No, I'm asking who's producing it.
I don't know. Probably is white.
All
people,
right,
but I don't
probably
know.
white people. So that art is subjective. I can't answer that question. I don't know if it is. I'm making this difficult for you.
No,
I'm trying to at least get in that particular mood for me to respond.
It's
to your
good.
question.
I guess the only other thing would be the same example where she was emailing people. So, for example, this is not based on the art now. This is just based on the fact that her name is something Mel B, whatever it is, right? And the other girl who's skilled, who's got the credentials and all that sort of stuff, they gave them access to the same emails, right? Email something, say this is what you want to do, and Mel B's daughter got replies from 3 out of 15 top art galleries or art specialists, whatever, in the country. Another girl got absolutely nothing. So, yeah, in that situation there, she's using her name, nothing to do with her skill, to get through the door.
You're still a Mel B?
Huh?
You're still a Mel B?
Do I say what?
Are you still on Mel B?
Who was on Mel B? I don't remember that.
Are you still on Mel B? Is this example still Mel B's daughter?
Yeah.
Move to a different example for me, please.
Okay, let's think about somebody else.
New Black.
Yeah.
Stephen wants to give his son the role. We don't know if little Stephen is good with numbers or anything like that.
But the first thing I said is it's highlighted when they can't do something. And you went on to give me examples, and I can't gauge it based on what it is I've said. You're trying to counter what it is I've responded, right?
No, what I'm trying to say to you is that some situations you don't know if they can do it yet. It's just the fact that the door was open for somebody.
You asked me initially, what do I feel about nepotism? And I said it's only a problem when it's highlighted that they can't do a role.
Okay.
And you said not necessarily. Then you started giving examples.
Okay, so is this only a problem for you, or you're saying generally?
You asked me, what do I think about nepotism?
That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying for you, the issue that you have, is it only a case of when they can't do the role, or do you feel like this is the case that people have in general about nepo babies? That's basically what I want to know.
So I'm moving away from you now.
Moving away from here?
Me? You're not asking me anymore.
No, I'm asking your opinion, but I'm asking, is that your own opinion, or do you feel like other people share that same opinion?
I think other people share that same opinion. It's highlighted when you can't perform a particular role. Okay. If you're performing a particular role and you are hating on that person, my friend, correct your vision. Because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because in the same situation, right, this same guy who was giving her tips on how to paint, right, was saying to her, some of the benefits of being a nepo baby is that again, like I said, you get to go through the door with no resistance. And also, when it comes to offering people apprenticeships, there are a lot of people who can't do apprenticeships for an unlimited amount of time because they need to earn money. They can't afford to go to this particular organization, just be an apprentice for an indefinite amount of time. You come from that privilege where you don't have to worry about an income. So you being there, just being able to learn for 6 months to a year is fine. Somebody else who's not a nepo baby has to think about income. You see what I'm saying? So again, that's another privilege that I guess people are saying this nepo babies have over other people, and they have a problem with it because other people have to drop out because you're now taking their space.
Maybe is this a private company?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I'm gonna say maybe the question to ask Brent is, what do you think?
I'm a fan of nepotism, but competent nepotism.
You're a fan of competency anyway, to be fair.
Yeah.
But then what do you think about people who hate on nepotism though? Or who have the mindset of they don't work? Or like, what is your thoughts on the whole what was the question you asked me and Marks about earning? Do you feel like something has to be earned?
Yeah, do you feel like they could ever earn their
do you
way?
feel like it's earned? I feel like with a nepo baby, do you feel like they've earned that position?
So they've been given an opportunity.
Yeah.
In a field that they have not studied in, they have no competence in, and upon taking on the role, they've just smashed it, or they haven't smashed it.
So you can speak to both.
So I have problems with these types of questions because I'm trying to answer in a manner that will satisfy you. But if it's not. I keep saying my brain is not like yours.
Because to be fair, when you ask, I answer for both parts. So I said that I think, whatever again, I can't remember what I said, but I don't see it as they haven't earned it. I don't see it as they haven't necessarily earned it. But I think my issue with nepotism would be if the person is incompetent.
Yeah.
If you're bad at what you do and it causes stress to everybody else. But that's just to be expected. Okay.
So why do people want DEI and all that sort of stuff? Why do people want these opportunities if they feel as though
DEI?
What's it called? Diversity,
equality and inclusion higher.
Yeah, that's it. Well, why do people want affirmative action? Why do they want these things?
Because I worked hard. Because I ain't got a nepo mama.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
sorry. What you just said, you're suggesting that DEI is only being instituted because of nepotism?
No, it's not. It's I mean, to some degree,
counteract
nepotism. Yeah, of course. There's a certain privilege that's given to some people. Yeah. It may not be like straight, clear nepotism, but it's still a privilege. That's basically what I'm speaking to. That's the parallel. That there's a privilege that other people get.
Nepotism is like when it's like family friend, right?
Yeah.
So you're speaking of white privilege now.
Exactly, yeah. That's
a nepotism, though.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
just white
nepotism.
privilege.
It's just the parallel of privilege that some people will be able to get an advantage because of they're just born. You know what I'm saying?
Just born white.
They're just born white, or they're just born with generational wealth. They're just born with an advantage over somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And somebody else who doesn't have that will look at them and say, "Wait a minute, this is not fair," because if not for this, you wouldn't be here. I am now competing with you, and I don't have the advantage. You already have 2 years' experience because of your name. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the DI stuff, I mean, it was brought in because of the racial bias shown towards the the whites, I guess, right? So you now have your obligation to consider, not only consider, but seen as you can say you consider, but you don't basically still run them through. You can hold the interviews and you can still decide to choose the whites, right? So DEI enforces you hiring somebody who has the skill set, but is diverse, is from another ethnic background than what you would previously hire. I don't think that is just like trying to counteract nepotism.
It's to counteract the privilege, though, right?
I think it's to counteract the slander they were getting. White people
it was the racial bias that
It's
was
more,
being deployed.
Yeah, but that racial bias is somebody sees somebody who looks like you, and I'm giving them the advantage. Just like somebody's born from my loins, and I'm giving them the advantage, or I know their uncle, or whatever it may be. There's something that they inherently have that they didn't work for that is giving them an advantage. That's all I'm talking about. Forget the nepotism word. It's the privilege that's what I'm paralleling here. But people have an issue with it.
I think it's different though.
Okay.
I think nepotism is different to privilege, and different to handouts.
How? Tell me.
So nepotism is let's just use family for example. Your family have worked for something. There's a thing that's been created. For example, the New Black.
Yeah.
I would expect, say nepotism, that Brent's kids can have whatever show they want to have, or working with the New Black in whatever capacity they see fit, or Brent and his wife see fit. That's nepotism. Privilege is a white person, for example, white privilege, as we all know, is them not necessarily being as qualified or being that great, but because you're white and and you're in your country, in your homeland, and there's just a white privilege system going on, you get to enjoy that. A handout is just literally a handout. Like, just a handout.
But is it necessarily all nepotism isn't a handout? Because like you guys said, you can give them the position, but you're not giving them a straight handout because they're working for it. At some point, you may say they're good at this and they've earned their keep. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just more so, okay, cool.
But then actually, sorry, but I feel like that, because there's handout nepotism and then there's nepotism that you have to earn. Because there's some people who, like, if I have a child and my child isn't great at what they do, and they think because on account of they've got my name and the daddy's name, they're just gonna get something. No, you're not. You're not. You can't. Yeah, you're not gonna come and ruin my legacy and ruin all the things that I've been doing, working hard for, just because you think we share the same name. You're crap at this. So there's nepotism with terms and conditions, and then there's handout nepotism where whether you're shit, whether you're interested, you're not interested, whatever the case is, you want this, there you go. You want this, there you go, kind of thing. So like the handout nepotism.
So I guess that handout one that you're talking about is one that I guess everyone will be against, isn't it?
That I feel like that's the one most people are against.
Okay.
But there's people that have certain spirits in them though, where even if I have to make known to the spirits. Even when people have earned it and they have worked hard for it and they're skilled and they've actually taken it from here to here, they're still like, yeah, but the only reason why you got it is because your daddy did it.
That's cool though. I'll be honest
Trust
with you.
me.
I treat people how I like to be treated. I know exactly what my behavior would be like if I was a trust fund baby.
I should have been a trust fund baby.
I know exactly how I would move. So if I put in the position, I'm not gonna hate on my youths.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna hate on my youths, man. Like, that's it, man. This is the game, man. This is the game. This is why I work so hard, man. Like, I'm sorry. And I know you might create little monsters and thing, but like I said, this is the game. I suppose if they're absolute idiots, you know, you got some of them that are just
squandering the money.
Yeah,
got
like, you know, like just and if it's too much,
crack on the table, on the conference table, taking coke. It's just ridiculous.
That's doing crack on the conference table.
You know, there's just some kids that you just you really do.
But just because you're a nepo baby, don't mean you have to be an idiot, and it doesn't mean
exactly.
And it's still you raise your kids and you raise the people, the human beings, the men and women.
Right,
like,
values, man.
You got to install things into them, innit? Like, so I like to think that I wouldn't. My youth's not going to be like that anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? Because the kind of parent I am, the kind of parents he's got, and the way we're going to raise him is like he's not going to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, anyway.
Morning.
Someone
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, it's Maggie.
Hey Maggie, how are you, man?
Girl, how are you?
My Yoruba sister.
I'm okay. I'll be quick. I just wanted to just say what I meant by conflating nepotism with overall money privilege. Because I think when you gave the example of being able to do an internship and work, that is more work without payment. That is more of a money privilege that a lot of rich people have. Whereas nepotism is more specific. It's about having access to that internship. So, for example, if you want to do an internship for a major fashion brand, you have to try and network to try and get into that role. Whereas through nepotism, say for instance, if you are the son of a famous designer, they can call say a Burberry and get you that internship. That's where the nepotism comes in. Do you understand why I was saying there's a difference there?
Yeah, 100%. But I think in a lot of these cases, like in the same example you gave here, if somebody is a son of a top fashion designer or whatever, they would typically have the funds, for example, to stay the entirety of a 1-2 year apprenticeship. You know what I'm saying? So as well as the name opening the door, the privilege and also the opportunity, the wealth comes along with it as well, where it's okay, cool, I can afford to be here. Somebody else may not be able to, wake up every day and spend 8 to 10 hours at a particular apprenticeship for free. You know what I'm saying? So typically it comes with that same privilege. You know what I mean? Rarely does somebody... go on, so...
So the reason why I say that, because obviously there's people that have a name that don't necessarily have the money, but the name gives them access. That's why I said there is a slight difference there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But okay, so since I got you here, do you have a problem with nepo babies? Do you feel like it's unfair?
I think it's a problem where they have access into positions where they don't have the talent once they get there. So for instance, there was a recent example. Am I still there?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. There was a recent example. I think it was. I feel like it was maybe Julia Roberts' daughter or maybe Nicole Kidman was on the catwalk. Not a great model, but was on a major catwalk. And for me, that was an example of nepotism where the person is not very talented. They're not a great model, yet because of their parentage, they've been able to get into that position. So that is unfair. But then I think of people I think someone said it in the chat, Tracy Ellis Ross is a nepo baby, really talented actress. You have the Smith kids, Willow Smith, really talented singer. So there are, I think in some ways it's definitely an advantage, but also it can be a disadvantage, because I think of like Denzel Washington's son. I think his name is John David Washington. He's an okay actor, but I think he's having to live up to the talent of his father.
Yeah.
So in that way, it's almost like a disadvantage as well.
He's good though, man. He was in The Tenet, right?
He's all right.
Creator. Yeah, he's all right. So.
I
Do
also think
you think he's got pressure though? I mean, obviously,
that's what I was about to say next.
'cause I don't hear people know. Some people don't even know actually that he's
the son,
Denzel's
innit?
youth, and it's
I
like
don't. With a name like, what was his name? John what?
John
David Washington or something.
John
Like that.
David
That don't sound like a
Washington.
Washington name. They weren't serious when they gave him
No, but I'm saying I don't really hear him being scrutinized like that.
Yeah,
I
same.
think
because we don't know him.
I
I've
reckon
never heard of this boy.
he might be one of them kids that wanted to go and do it by himself. He
That's
might
what
have
it
a bit of
looks like.
resentment that he thought he should be more on because of the nepotism. I thought he would be more on because of the nepotism.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's done some big films though.
I think he has actively said that he's tried to come into the acting outside of his father's notoriety and has wanted to be, accepted for his own talent. But I think there's an expectation when people find out that your father is Denzel Washington for you to be amazing as well. So I think in that respect, especially where it's more around like acting or even like a famous artist, there's an expectation that this person is going to be just as talented as their parent. So there is a lot of
I just think
pressure.
that's so stupid.
But I was going to say that though, because I feel like that is part of why people don't say that. Like you said, Lil Bron the other day wasn't that great. And I feel like because they're this person's child, the expectation that like people basically want a replica of your parent. And so they basically say, you're all right. But then if you put him next to regular people and take his name out of it, are they actually just regular then?
It's just stupid. LeBron's one of the greatest basketballers that's ever lived.
Yeah.
Why on earth would his son be on his level? If Serena Williams has got a daughter, how the hell is she going to be as good as Serena? Do you know how dope she is?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington is one of the top actors we've had.
But we don't see
How
that
the hell
though.
is his youth? Why on earth would his youth be that good? There's not that many Denzels like that.
But are they not meant to be at least as good as everybody else?
Yeah, but I feel like they are though.
LeBron taking the space? Is LeBron's son taking the space of somebody who's better than him?
No,
like
but
he's as good as
he was
everyone else.
he was like the 55th pick. He was the 55th pick, the 56th
Yeah, but
pick.
how many though?
Okay.
No one cares. Bare. No one
You know what I'm
needs,
saying?
the only
That's
reason why
not-
they
that's-
care and why they're doing it is because it's LeBron's youth.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Well,
They've been cussing
55
him.
yeah, it's still good though.
I see someone doing some who was it, Gil or something, some numbers or something like that. Because obviously they're onto him. He's averaging 4 points. He's meaty. I think out of all the rookies that was playing in the preseason or the G League or whatever, out of all the rookies, he's 27th in points, ranking 4th. It's not that bad. Like, there's bare of them. He's 55th. He's meaty. All the other 55th picks, all the other year. No one don't even know who they are. They're meaty. They're supposed to be meaty. They're 55th pick. You get me?
Yeah.
So what do you expect? But because it's LeBron's son now, he's supposed to be cold. What are you talking about? He was the 55th pick in the draft.
Okay, so it's not like he has like a regular place in the team or nothing like that.
No, I think he's even dropped down to the G League now.
Oh wow.
Don't get me wrong, nepotism's flying over there. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he's with the G League team. I don't think he even has to travel away. I think he's only going to play home games or something.
Okay.
But he's making the stadium sell out. The stadiums are selling
Where's
out,
it?
and people are reselling the tickets for £200 and £300 and all that. That's the Bronny effect. So you know what I'm trying to say? There's other people in this team that wouldn't have got eyes on them that are getting eyes on them now and stuff like that. So it all works hand in hand, innit? It's give and take.
Yeah, I hear it.
I do think Nepo babies are held to a higher standard though. People want a replica of what their parents are doing.
Yeah.
And that's just not fair in their regard. So for them as well, there is that disadvantage.
I guess that's if they're doing this if they're in the same field, innit?
Yeah. If they're in the same field. Because even within like companies and stuff, people say that like your dad had it all together, you just come in here messing things up.
Do you have any examples of the kids of famous people that are equally good?
Tracy Ellis Ross,
Yeah.
Who's that?
Diana Ross's daughter. Did you ever watch?
You said equally as good.
She's really great.
Do you know who Diana Ross is?
I
Well,
absolutely
she doesn't
do.
sing though. She
does. She doesn't make music.
That's not comparable.
But she can sing. Her mum's had her on stage a few times. But when you think about it, her mum was obviously a singer and whatever. But in terms of, again, because you're going against everything you just said. You're holding her to the same standard as Diana Ross.
I said
but-
as good as the parent. Like she's not.
No, but
Diana.
she is as good then because she's a great actress. She's built an empire with like hair care and wherever it is. I think she owns her own something to do with film and TV and stuff like that as well. She broke barriers and her girlfriends was one of the first black shows on TV or something like that. So like she's amazing.
She's been successful in her own right.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen. I can't remember his dad's name.
HIV, the one that's got HIV.
Tony.
Yeah.
It's not Tony Sheen, is it? It's,
No, it's he's got like a Mexican
Charlie
name.
Sheen and...
Oh, what's his name?
He looks like him as well, man. I could picture him now with a grey hat top.
Yeah. Cause Charlie Sheen's Mexican, isn't it?
Is he?
Yeah, he's Mexican.
That was a white man.
His real name is something Estevez.
Okay.
For real.
Never
I can't remember what his dad's name is. Famous guy. Angelina Jolie.
Who's her dad?
Who's her dad? Her mum.
I can't remember now.
See, this is the
That
thing.
didn't work then.
It doesn't work if we don't know the parents.
No, like I just can't remember. But you know him.
John Boy.
There you go.
Who?
John Voy.
Who's John Boy?
John Boy. He's the guy. He's in Anaconda, from what I remember.
Yes.
With Ice Cube?
Yeah, you know the old guy. The old guy.
No, the white man.
No, but to be fair though, the question was who's doing as well. Apparently the kids
better.
are taking over. This other guy's giving examples of kids that are taking over their parents.
Yeah.
Let me see John Boy, please, Brent.
Is there a singer or like a rapper or something?
Oh, is that Angelina Jolie's
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
Dad.
Dad, sorry.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Okay, cool.
He's just scary about it.
Now they both done their thing then. Fair
what
play
I'm
to him.
saying.
I don't know.
Ben Stiller.
Who's this
Who's
child?
Ben Stiller?
His dad's did you used to watch King of
Oh,
Queens?
that's the kid.
You know King of Queens? With the big guy. Oh, King of Queens.
Ben Stiller. No,
the old man.
I'm
It's
not
Ben
gonna know
Stiller's
Stiller.
dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. But
that's
his-
Ben Stiller. Who's
yeah,
his
but
dad?
his
Dad.
If you see him, you know him.
Jerry
Oh,
Jerry Stiller.
that's not who I thought his dad
Oh
was.
my God, my man.
I thought his dad was someone else.
He's funny.
King of Queens. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, so this is not working if you don't know the parents.
No, I know him.
Only
Though. You know
because of
him now.
generation. Like you know him.
I don't.
And the youth
I
bigger.
promise you.
The youth's bigger than the dad. So there's times where the kids
Absolutely.
surpass them.
Yeah.
The kids
Okay.
surpass them. That's dope.
It works. Sometimes.
What are the black versions of these though?
Bobby Christina.
She died.
Oh my God, man.
Are you just reacting to what he said? That was late.
Something else.
Oh, okay, I hope so. Who are the black versions? Well, to be fair, Beyonce,
Why? Who's her parents?
Yeah.
Matthew, and Tina. I said her name that I can't know. She's the parent. To what Blue Ivy, Sarah, and them do. Yeah, I just
Steph Curry. This is short.
Steph Curry. Who's Steph Curry's dad?
Yeah, his dad was a ball player as well.
Stephen
Oh, is
Curry.
A basketball player as well.
What's
Same
Stephen
here.
Curry Senior?
Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey Ed, how are you?
How you got doing? The man told me I need to call up, so
Of course. What's up?
Yeah, man. Talk to me, Ed. Where was I wrong?
What's your thoughts?
Oh, about the DIE thing. No, I was just saying the DIE at least to some extent you gotta have some sort of qualification. Like if I don't know if it's like what I do, like graphic design or whatever, I've still got to be able to have something that in terms of be it educational qualification or experience or whatever to then to have somebody go, all right, cool, I'm gonna hire you over XYZ. Like I can't just come in with nothing like hey, I just walked in here, I heard you got jobs going, come give me something because I'm black, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that doesn't even happen with nepotism though. Like with nepotism, you still have to be.
Yeah, but you
like,
can.
something.
That's more common than nepotism, though, in terms of like somebody being able to go in, like my kid being able to give my kid a job in XYZ field. Like that's with or without their experience. I can choose to give my kid a job in their field.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
rarely does that happen. I'm just talking about like retail. We're talking about a role in an African country's government. Like, there's just like you still need to be skilled. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still need to. Hence, the reason why everyone was basically saying if they're doing the job well, you don't really have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But typically, you know what I mean.
There was a girl on Twitter yesterday that got like a senior role. She said she applied for it out of just bants. She has no qualifications that is suitable for the role, but she got it. But people were like, yeah, you got it because you're the diversity hire. So you need to figure that out. I think it depends on the industry though, because there are industries that will hire you just because you're black. If you go to like a place where, yeah, they'll be interested to hire you. I think it's what you and Ed are saying. So there's examples of what Ed's saying where there's places you will go that not many black people come through this door. You know that you fit the part, okay, fine, we'll give you the job, even if you haven't got the skills. And then there's places that you go where the diversity hire, but you still have to prove. If it's like a place with a lot of black people, you still have to kind of prove your skills and stuff. But yeah.
Maggie, was you going to
Sorry,
say something?
I just wanted to say, I think it's with the whole DEI conversation. I think there's this idea that there's like black people of color getting jobs that are not qualified for. It's actually normally quite the opposite. Normally they're overqualified. The DEI schemes actually just help them get access to those roles, actually apply for them. It's actually what I find is like a lot of people are actually overqualified for the role. So I think what I feel like people keep on saying that DEI hire, but when you actually look at those people's qualifications, they can more than do the role. It's just more about them having access to apply for the role. So for instance, I've worked at companies where people have come into senior roles and the job hasn't even been advertised yet. How did they get that job? It's because they had either a connection or maybe nepotism. They were able to access that role, but the role was not advertised to someone like myself to be able to apply for it.
And do you feel like that's a good thing to kind of try and balance the playing field?
I think things just need to just be like fair in terms of if there's a role, it should be about in terms of like who is right for the role, rather than my uncle is the CFO, so therefore, I've got an interview. And even sometimes it's even that, even to get in the door, to get an interview, to have your application seen, it's people utilizing their connections, their family connections to do so. So that's why I think it's unfair to bring in DEI, because DEI is not about bringing unqualified people into the role. It's about people having access to apply for a role. You still have to be qualified to do the job.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think I was only using the parallel of the privilege. You know what I'm saying? That somebody is allowed to get in simply because of who they know. And with DEI, there's something put in place to try and balance that. You know what I'm saying? And if it is that we don't have a problem with people who use their privilege to be in a particular place, why then do we have something like DEI, where those people without a privilege, we try and lift them up? You know what I'm saying? Even though they deserve to be there, but we still have to do something for them. Do you know what I'm saying? That's basically the point of why I was bringing it up.
Yeah, and that's why I feel uncomfortable when we're talking about things like DEI in this context, because a lot of, especially with people like your guy Trump is talking about alleged DEI schemes. He wants to get rid of them because he feels that they are unfair, where in fact all we're doing is just basically opening the door. Like I said, there's been positions that I didn't even know were even available, being just handed to people. Or it's not even that they are not qualified, it's just more of a case that let us both have a chance to apply for the role. That I think that's very different. And like I said, I think nepotism is a type of privilege, is not the only privilege, because there's also money privilege as well. Like you were saying, there's some people that because of their wealth, they are able to do free internships. I was not able to do that, so I had to work part-time as well as do some unpaid work, but I could only do that for a short period of time when I was starting out.
Exactly. Do you have a problem with that though as well, with the whole generational wealth sort of thing, where that can kind of help somebody?
I think I don't have a problem with so much with the people that have the generational wealth. I have a problem with the companies that have unpaid internships. So for instance, the previous company that I worked at is one of the things that we got rid of in terms of like any kind of work placement, work experience has to be paid, because we were seeing the same candidate come through for these like work experience roles, because it was I think it was like a 1 month unpaid role, and people simply just couldn't afford to do it. So that's why we said we will have to pay minimum wage plus expenses. So I think that's all it is just making it fairer so everybody has a chance. I can't be angry at somebody because their family has money. Please, I'm wishing this kind of experience for my own descendants. I want them to be like talking about our family name and stuff like that. So we all want that generational wealth for our family, but I think it's just more of a case of the playing field needs to be maybe a bit fairer for everybody.
Do you feel like it becomes unfair for the business owner now? that has to now say, okay, cool. I want to bring in some new talent, but I don't really want to have to spend money on this. It's going to affect my profit margins. Instead of me bringing in 10 people for free that could learn from me, that can maybe join the company after 2 years or after 6 months, whatever it may be, I now have to pay these people because somebody out there's telling me I need to level the playing field. I'm trying to do something out of the goodness of my own heart. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're slightly moving into like labor exploitation because we also have to think about in terms of like if you can't afford to hire people, it shouldn't be an excuse to exploit people as well. If it's a proper job, if it's a role, it should be paid.
I hear what you're saying, but what happened to working for an opportunity? What happens? Whatever happened to that?
In terms of like, if it's work, there's no such thing. No one should be working for free. It should be a paid role. So, for instance, if Brent was to bring in an intern into the New Black, and they are doing work, they are doing jobs, I would hope Brent would pay that person.
I mean, sometimes experience is payment, though.
Sure, that's a lie that they've told people.
No, that's exploitation.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So if for example,
how am I affording to come here? I've got bills to pay.
No, I get that part, but I mean, just in terms of, for example, if I come and work under the New Black, and I'm able to put on my CV that I worked under the greatest broadcasting company in the UK for 6 months, and I go over to America and and I go over to America and I want to work for CNN. Like, to me, that 6 months experience surely is almost like. It's payment.
But you know what? This is so interesting. This is a funny full circle moment. When I said one time that things like this is a privilege, because only a person with a privilege. Someone who, if you're trying to find a job where you want to pay bills and do all that kind of stuff, you can't afford to work for any company for 6 months to get the opportunity. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if you're in a position where you're able to do that, that's a privileged position to be in.
Yeah.
Full circle moment. I've been waiting to tick that box because basically we were talking. I think it was me and Stacey actually. I remember talking about how being able to pursue certain career opportunities that's to do with like creativity or something like that, right? Is a form of privilege. Okay. And we were saying even us being able to do TnB is a form of privilege, but you were adamant that it weren't a privilege.
Yeah, but I think
you're just anti-privilege.
No, do you know what it is? I think it's because, like I've showed in the show, I have a problem with the word privilege sometimes.
Oh,
because I don't see the privilege where we effectively have 2 free jobs. Yeah. Where other people have 1. Like, it's not like we're here for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're working.
Yeah, but then imagine someone else who's got, say somebody else who, like the example I gave earlier, someone who's got bills to pay, who's got this and that. They can't afford to do an internship that would get them an opportunity for a bigger role they want to get because I will be homeless.
Yeah, I get you.
I have rent to pay. Like, I will have no home to pay. So if, for example, they've got savings, that would allow them the privilege to be able to do this role and then be able to move on to the bigger, another role.
Yeah, I think it really is just the issue I have with the thing. Because like you said,
just denied the word.
Because like you're saying, like with savings, somebody worked for those savings.
Absolutely.
And they're being depleted.
But then there's people that work also that don't have savings.
Yeah.
Because of the, like, wherever the situation might be, they don't have the privilege of being able to save.
Yeah.
Because of that. But I do agree that I feel like if people work, you should pay them, man. Daniel says, sorry, Iman, it's true. I've been in banking 18 years and seen management bring in totally incompetent mates. I'm talking incompetent in caps. Once in, they can't be fired. People are like the worst. Once they're in, because nothing they can do, man.
I hear it.
Daniel says, not true. I worked in retail and did 2 whole internships and paid my bills. I just did evening shifts. If you want to excel in life, you have to make sacrifices, take the opportunity. Yeah. Absolutely. But then some people can't, though. But that's the reality. Yeah. But the thing is, even if you're able to do that, there is a privilege in you being able to do that. A mother who's also got the same dreams and aspiration for a career like that, but she happens to be a single mother with a kid or whatever, can't work evening shifts because she's got to take care of her child, can't do this, can't do that. So there's privileges in these things, whether you hate the word or not. It is a privilege to be able to do this thing, even if you're in a relationship where there's a mother and a father. The reason why the mother can go out and do that stuff is because the father said, okay, I'm going to take a sacrifice on this thing, and then I would maybe I would take care of the children at nighttime or whatever the case is. Like, even if they're supporting each other in that regard, that is the privilege.
No, I get you.
That other people don't. That other people aren't afforded or don't have. So there is that.
I get you.
But yeah.
Thank you very much, Maggie.
Thanks, girl.
You still there?
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, hon.
Take care. Have a good day. And Ed, have a good day.
Is Ed gone? Oh, Ed's gone. See you later, Ed.
Chichuk is...
Oh,
Oh, it's
sorry,
okay.
okay, man. Speak to us, man. Tell us what you know.
You didn't say I let someone in the net one time. Chichuk, is he there?
How you going?
You need to unmute. Well.
All right, man. Well, I think we can wrap it up there, man. Let's go into our headline.
No, I did not.
You're a hater. You're a proper hater. The things I've seen you reporting there, you're a top hater. That's wild.
But I think you said that during the cutout. So repeat yourself. Why I'm a hater.
Huh?
Go on, tell the people why I'm a hater.
Esther doesn't want to put me on Word on the Road for being one of the sexiest bald men alive.
Listen,
I
I don't know who you offended at Shade Borough. I don't know who you offended at Shade Borough HQ. Any way they can work Marks into something. Marks, when I saw the post, I said, excuse me? I think I know that bald head. Alas, it was him. I said, well.
See, that's privilege.
Man, that's a privilege.
How?
That's a privilege.
That's counting. That's one.
You think every other regular bald Joe is
I'm not a regular bald
That's
Joe.
what I'm saying. That's a privilege.
No, it's not privilege. They was talking. It's just about the looks. It wasn't my name.
Boy, bye. Your name got you the looks. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Your name got you the nomination.
I can't believe I'm not on Word on the Road. That's what I'm saying. The things I've seen you report.
Do you know what's actually so funny? You ever watch The Office, US? I was because Jim is the people's sexiest man. And I was gonna put him on Word on the Road. He actually is. He looks very lovely. They put Prince William. Is it William?
So he's gonna put Jim, but not me. That's what I'm saying.
I was going to talk about it tomorrow because Gina's here. If I start talking about sexy men, you guys are not going to get involved.
Yeah, true.
So I thought I'd talk about it tomorrow when Gina's here. Because they tried to sneak William in there, but I'm going to address that tomorrow. See you, man.
All right, so headlines, guys. The Guardian has quit the social media platform X. The news organization announced...
We're walking out.
Why are they doing this, though?
Because I said Trump gave said he's going to give Elon a... See what I'm saying? Kanye, I hope, is Kanye friends with him?
Ooh.
This is Kanye's ticket in. If he's friends with Trump, this is his way into to politics. He can't be president, but he might be a little senator or something.
Yeah, man. The news organization announced its decision on Wednesday yesterday to stop posting from official editorial accounts on a platform formerly known as Twitter. The outlet said in a statement, "We think that the benefits of being on X are now outweighed by the negatives, and that resources could be better used promoting our journalism elsewhere." It comes as ex-owner Elon Musk has been confirmed as the co-lead of a new Department of Government Efficiency in the incoming Donald Trump administration. The Guardian said that it had been considering the decision for a while, citing the often disturbing content promoted or found on the platform, including far-right conspiracy theories and racism. Sky News reported earlier this year on far-right misinformation on X in the aftermath of the Southport stabbings. And The Guardian said that the recent US election underlined the issue, claiming that it further proved why Mr. Musk was using the site to shape political discourse. Next headline, and social media bosses who failed to stop illegal knives being advertised on their sites could face £10,000 fines from police under government plans. The Home Office said that the proposed measures announced on Wednesday to make senior technology executives personally liable were in a bid to combat the unacceptable use of social media and online marketplaces to market illegal weapons and glorify violence, and to make sure content is quickly removed. Police will be given the power to issue notices to senior bosses at online companies and order them to remove specific adverts and content, potentially within 2 days if the plans progress. Officers can then send a second notice if the company still fails to act, which would hold the executive personally liable for a significant fine if they do not take action. The amount a person could be fined and the maximum penalty is yet to be determined, with responses to the proposals and court guidelines due to be considered. The consultation documents on the plans suggest a rough example of £10,000 for the worst offenders. And our last headline, trigger warning, guys, big trigger warning on this one. And a police officer has been jailed for 9 years after he sexually touched a vulnerable 6-year-old girl while responding to a disturbance. Dean Dempster, 35 years old, an officer for the Greater Manchester Police, assaulted a child while on duty in Oldham on December 29th last year. He was also later found to have downloaded hundreds of indecent images of children over the period of 2 years and had superimposed his face onto some of the... Oh, goodness me. These people are animals. Dempster was arrested at work the day after the assault following a formal complaint against him, but deleted some material and applications from his personal mobile phone before it was seized. And another iPhone, 4 pairs of folded children's underwear, shredded underwear in a bag, a disc of images, and 2 hard drives were all recovered during a search of his home. His phone and iPad contained 104 Category A indecent images of children, the most serious, and also 440 Category B images and 2,472 Category C images, including almost 200 pseudo images. This is insane. Anyway, yeah, that's it for the headlines, guys. Time to pay them bills.
Damn. All right, let's get into some Word on Road. Okay. Listen, all the girls are actually getting pregnant, boy. Ciao. Not gonna get me. Anyway, what's it called? Pregnancy is in the air. So basically, there's a girl called Skai Jackson, and she is a Disney star. She's a black girl. She was on a show called Hey Jessie, I believe. But basically, there's been a lot of speculation online about whether she's pregnant and whatnot. She's 22. But yeah, she is pregnant. She's basically exclusively announced that with people that she, as in the publication, that she is pregnant. People have been basically criticizing. It's interesting because, what was I going to link this to? So basically, she's this girl who, she comes across as like this very sweet girl and da-da-da-da. And there's been rumors about her pregnancy it's kind of like the same thing that kind of happened to Hallie. Obviously, Hallie's one was more career focused. But with her, because she looks like a sweet little girl, people they haven't taken her away from that little child box, that Disney child star box that they placed her. It's now she's 22 years old. Obviously, that's still young, but still. So she's faced a lot of criticism, to be fair, about who she's pregnant for. Because apparently he's a crazy guy. And apparently there as well, I don't know if this is real, but people said they found posts from him on Facebook or something, where he was basically talking about how he got this dumb Disney bitch pregnant, something like that. I'm glad you choked.
Sorry.
I'm glad that's a memory of you having the memory you deserve. But apparently something like that. He tweeted like he's salty. He got this dumb ass Disney Channel bitch pregnant. Then said something about, I hate this hoe. That's just crazy. But anyway, she's happy to be pregnant, which is good. She says, I'm
making me even more mad.
She's thrilled. I'm thrilled to begin this new chapter in my life, embracing motherhood and diving into new acting projects. My heart is so full. There was also a video the other day of scene of her and her man, and it looked like they were arguing of sorts or something. He just don't look like. He's just
You can't be openly mad and the girl's openly happy. Someone's looking crazy. Someone's looking crazy. He's like, both in the public eye.
Can you imagine, I can't remember what the guy does. I don't even know his name again. Oh. But he's some white guy that does some child. I don't know what the boy does. But anyway, yeah. I hope he's happy though, because she don't need that stress. Like, pregnancy is a lot for a woman, girl. I don't think she needs all of that stress. But yeah, but she in her interview with people, she did talk about like her career as well and being like a former child star, and talked about how it comes with a lot of pressure. And at the end of the day, she says she looks at herself as the regular person that people just happen to like or enjoy. She says that it's very important for her to put out the right message, to be positive all the time, and give her fans great advice. And just let them know what they want to do in life. They can always achieve it and stuff. So big up her, man. I think it's wonderful. And God willing, it's a great pregnancy for her. What is next? Oh, yeah, Candiace. Is it Candiace? It's Candiace. You know what all the Candices, they say their names differently, so I struggle sometimes. But she's from Real Housewives of Potomac. She's actually my worst character on there. I don't like her. One time Monique beat her up, yeah. Loki, I was happy about it because I don't support violence. I'm not by violence, but she's just annoying as heck. Anyway, good news though. She's given birth to her first baby with her husband, Chris Bassett.
Nice.
So Candiace Dillard Bassett. Their baby's name is Jet Li, child. Well, Jet Maxwell Lee. Jet Maxwell Lee Bassett, I believe. But yeah, so she's welcomed her first son, which is lovely. And I love the idea of women having, because she's 37. And I just feel like that's a great age to have kids these days. I like that women are having kids in their 30s. Because it just gives you more time, man. You can really, really focus on that. But anyway, she says she also had an interview with People, the publication. And she said that her son is the cutest little thing, or their son is the cutest little thing. She says, Chris and I couldn't be happier. It's so cliche to say, but he's brought such joy to our lives in ways I never would have been able to describe before. She says it's pure love. She looks at him and envisions all the adventures they're going to have. She says, throughout my pregnancy, when I would talk to him in my stomach, I would say, I can't wait to see who you're going to be. And that's been the joy in my heart that's continued after his birth. It's exciting to think about. I'm so ready for a lifetime of being on the sidelines cheering him on. I believe she left the show as well. I'm not sure she's coming back on the show. But I believe she left the show. Which is good, to be fair. I feel like the show brings stress. And also, she's also the catalyst for a lot of these stresses. So girl, go and have a quiet maternity leave. She also talks about that the names and whatnot, and then she said that the names actually sound like Nepo baby names, which I like. See what I'm saying? It's on theme. This is a woman that is strategic. Her and her husband, they know what they're doing. So she says, so that's what is happening over in that camp. But big up her, man. But she does have, her husband has stepchildren. I think he's got 2 children, I think. So she has been a stepmom to them as well, which has been nice. So now they've got a kid together. I reported the other day that Quincy Jones sadly passed away. Well, his cause of death has been revealed as pancreatic cancer, which is very, very sad. But yeah, so apparently he's devastated. It's so interesting to me how like records are so public in America like that. Because they got the information from his death certificate. You just Google someone's death certificate. That's crazy. But then again, that's how you help you find people that are trifling, to be fair. So it works both ways. But yeah, apparently there was no other contributing factors to his death, just his pancreatic cancer. So RIP to that legend, and please get your bodies checked, and yeah, just take care of your health. And then lastly, this is very, very sad. Very, very sad. So remember when PnB Rock passed away? He passed away... When did he pass away? I think it was like 2020 or something. No, 2022 actually. 2 years ago. Yeah, 2022, yeah. So he passed away in 2022. And what had happened was he was out with his girlfriend, Stephanie, and they were at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And he basically got, I think it was like a robbery, but they just shot him. And unfortunately, he didn't survive it and stuff. And I remember at the time, people were basically saying that because she had tagged where they were, people were basically cussing her out for all of that stuff, which was horrible. Because obviously, Pop Smoke had died, I think a couple of years before, wherever it was, and he obviously put his address out. But so people were really heavily blaming this girl who just lost her fiance. You know his girlfriend, his fiance, by the way. They've got a child together and everything. Very, very sad. Nicki Minaj even tweeted saying, after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts to show waffles and some fried chicken. He was such a pleasure to work with. Condolences, mom and family. This makes me so sick, blah, blah. Essentially added to the fuel the girlfriend was getting at the time. I don't know why she would have done that, but then Nicki's been doing a lot of things that just let me know that the brain cells are really missing. Anyway, cut long story short. Turns out she wasn't the reason why he died.
Okay.
Apparently, when he walked into... So basically, she said that even when they were going to leave that day, she told him, you're wearing way too much jewelry. You take some off. He was like, nah, I'll be fine. Ignored it. Didn't take the jewelry off. They got to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. Apparently, there was a guy... Because they've got CCTV footage. There's a whole true crime episode on it. And because they've really been investigating the murder. And basically, there's a guy who, on the camera, you can see spotted him. That guy... He was already there. I'm hearing rumors that he might be. I think he's an employee of
is it?
Yeah, apparently so. Because apparently her food came, but his food never came. So apparently they intentionally delayed his food so they could rob him wherever it was. But anyway, this guy is sitting on camera. He spots him. They obviously go and sit down or whatever. The guy's already in the restaurant. He's obviously spotted that that's PnB. He then goes outside. They see him on CCTV, speaks to somebody else, letting them know that Then the person who shot him. His dad got him to shoot. So the shooter was a 17-year-old. This is why sometimes sins of the children follows the parents. Because because he was too young to be tried or something like that. So his dad got tried.
Oh.
So his dad is in jail for like 30-something years or something like that. I mean, at first I think put the kid up in there, but whatever, that's another conversation for another day, child. That's Nepo criminals. But anyway, so basically the guy who spots him goes outside, is then telling some other guy that this is who's in there, blah 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 blah. Then they basically arrange for him to get thingy. So when they came in, the guy just tried to rob him or whatever, and then shot him obviously, and then they put him in an ambulance. But then for whatever reason, I don't know why the police did it, but they basically asked his girlfriend to come in with them to try and help them. So she's in there for out, like just talking to them, to police or whatever, telling them all that she knows and whatever. Obviously, like, oh, you posted this. She's even telling them that she feels bad, that she thinks maybe it's them. But obviously, the investigators were like, it's not you, because you didn't show that you were with him. All you showed was just a waffle plate. And you didn't show any jewelry, you didn't show anything, so you're not the one to blame. But anyway, she finds out there and then, they showed it on the camera, on the body cam footage or whatever. She finds out there and then that he died. Because I think she was writing a statement or whatever, and she was getting messages from people saying sorry for your loss. The media had already leaked it. So she was asking the police, like, people keep texting me saying sorry for your loss. Can you go and check if he's okay? Like, I just want to know that he's okay. They go and they came out, they were like, oh, we're so sorry, he's basically died. She couldn't even spend the final moments with her fiance. I don't know why the police did that. But yeah, if they're saying that this guy is, as in the guy who got him shot and planned the whole thing, works for Roscoe's Chicken. I'm sure you can sue the company. That's crazy. He's American. He's sue for anything. You sue if your hot chocolate's too hot and burns the tongue. But it's very, very sad. Obviously, I'm glad that she can get closure now. But the way she was getting cooked at the time, after you just lost your fiance, it's horrible, man. But R.I.P. to him and love and light to her. It's just horrible. It's really, really very, very sad situation and whatnot. And yeah, but I'm glad that they got to do the investigation and it wasn't just swept under the rug as just something that, and I'm glad also as well that this news is as loud as the disrespect was. In my personal opinion, I think Nicki Minaj owes that girl an apology. No, I didn't want to see a tweet. Actually, I want to see a tweet that you called her and apologize to her personally, because as a celebrity, there's just certain things that you shouldn't tweet. You can't tweet recklessly. Especially when you got crazy fans like the Barbers and stuff. You can't say stuff like that crazy, because they're obviously going to go and antagonize the girl. People were all up in their comments for weeks and whatever else. It's just horrible, man, to then find out the truth of how things happened. But very, very sad. But I'm also glad that she at least gets that closure, because the investigators at the time were telling her not to blame herself, and they were like, no, it wasn't you, and da-da-da-da-da. But it was just difficult. And they were like, is there anyone you can call that you can help? And she was like, no, he was all I had. Like, he's my family. So very, very horrible, man. Very, very horrible. And they've got a child together. She's got to explain that to her child. But that's it. It's quite heavy, actually. Well, apart from the 2 pregnant people. But yeah, that's it for me. Let's get into people's journal.
All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is official figures have said that the UK's unemployment rate has risen. So pay growth continues to slow down, but unemployment rate has risen. So the rate of unemployment was 4.3% in the 3 months to September. And the previous quarter, it was 4%. So the ONS, the Office for National Statistics, basically urged caution over giving too much weight to these figures. Basically saying doesn't mean it's the biggest thing in the world. Doesn't mean that we're going to continue going up and up and up and up. But they are basically saying this is what the reality is. So like I said earlier as well, wage growth has eased as well. So that's kind of slowed down. And pay is still rising faster than inflation, which obviously, as you guys know, measures the rate at which prices increase and all that sort of stuff. So it's, yeah, exactly. So basically you just got to factor all of these things in. And and see how things go, especially when we're considering the budget. Speaking of the budget, though, Rachel Reeves has come out and basically said that she's got a new plan for pensions in the country. So again, this is why, as much as possible, I know it's hard, and I think over the course of TDA, the course of TnB, we're going to give more and more information to the everyday man and woman, about how you can better protect yourself from the stuff that the government does. You know what I'm saying? Because she's got this new plan. And basically, she says it's the biggest pension reform in decades. Her plan essentially is to do what they do in Canada and Australia. So what she's saying is the government wants to merge the UK's 86 different council pension schemes into a handful of pension mega funds. So there ain't going to be no 86. It's just going to be, I don't know, let's say 10 huge pension funds. And then this basically they will use to invest in different areas of the public sector, right? So because it's bigger lump sums invested, hopefully you get bigger returns. So basically, what she's trying to basically say is this will benefit the people whose pensions are basically part of this pot. But obviously, this is a way to obviously invest in more things for the country and hopefully get better returns for the citizens. Obviously, people who are criticising the scheme are basically saying this is going to put more people's money at risk, which obviously will do, because there's less that you basically have to put into different pots. So yeah, you may get more if things work out, but you may lose more as well. And so I'm just saying this, obviously I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm just saying this to people to be mindful in it. I think obviously it's easier said than done, but if you can benefit from one of those private pension schemes, yeah, and not just rely on what the government does as well, you'll be better off. Next thing I wanted to mention is the government is looking to order an independent review into the way that rail fare, what's the word? You know when you get fined, when you get fined from different rail organizations or whatever, companies, they want to do an independent review into that, because they're basically saying that some of these companies are charging people more than they should do. You know what I'm saying, for these fines, right? So yeah, basically they're saying that there's a lot of people who obviously, they're getting fined as they should do, because maybe they're bumping the travel and whatnot, but they are basically being asked to pay far more than they should do. And because this is an independent thingy for the company, they're allowed to charge what they want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the government's basically saying this isn't fair, because obviously you guys could just be doing something crazy over the odds, you know what I'm saying, to really mess up people. So, like I said, it's understood that while the government is not looking to take away these the power from these particular firms to prosecute people, they are basically saying, especially when it comes to those people who are deliberately not paying for their actual fares, but they are basically saying that they don't like the way that people are being taken advantage of, especially if it's an innocent mistake.
Exactly. People should just have to pay at the most double the ticket price.
Yeah.
What do you mean the ticket was like £5 and then now you charge me 100 and something pounds?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's not right, man. It's not right.
But that should be all fines as well, though. Because I don't see why you're being charged a dark charge for £2.50. You're being charged £65.
Ridiculous.
That's silly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. 100% agree. But yeah, this is what they're saying, especially like they're saying if it's an innocent mistake. Because some people, they may just get on a train and feel like, okay, cool, when people come along to check tickets, I can maybe buy the ticket from them.
Yeah, some people think
like
that.
Back in the day, you know what I mean? But there you go. Next thing I wanted to mention is JD Sports, man. They're basically saying, look, we may have to increase the prices of a lot of the goods in our stores. Why? Because of the budget. So remember this whole thing about employers' NI insurance? And funny enough, I was listening to Kemi Badenoch yesterday at the PMQs, and she was basically trying to hot up Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
And Keir Starmer said, you see, this is the problem with, I'm paraphrasing, it's the problem with the Tories, that like, they just hate on us trying to find money to better the average person. And we have done that because now the average person has access to certain things, and there will be no change to their pay packets. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost as though he's kind of, I don't know, it's like he's talking to everyone like we're idiots. Yes, the money in everyone's payslip may stay the same right now. Mm-hmm. There's no increase to your income tax, your VAT, and national insurance. But everything else has been affected by the decision you've made. So we have to pay more for other things. So it's the same thing as having less money. Exactly the same thing. So anyway, this is just an example of that, because JD Sports have basically said, look, prices are going to rise due to this budget. We're now having to put more money in for our employees. And so, yeah, this is what's going to happen. Apple as well, they're back in the news. They've been accused of trapping and ripping off their iCloud customers. You guys got iCloud?
Yes.
No.
Okay. How much do you pay a lot for iCloud?
Like £2 something.
Okay, cool.
With inflation, I don't know, champ. But it's nothing nothing crazy.
Okay, cool. So maybe you got like one of the
careful,
smaller.
so happy to Kim K, boy.
I ain't got no pictures on there. I keep mine on the file on my bed.
Well, what's it called? You know which? That consumer group.
Yeah, that does the review.
Yeah. They're basically doing some legal action, apparently. They might do some legal action. People are trying to get them to. And this is basically to look into why it is that these people are charging so much to their customers. they're basically claiming that this whole locking them into this whole iCloud thing and forcing them to have all their stuff stored there, which basically means like you ain't gonna go out of your way to move all your stuff to another company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't bother. I have to just do this.
And then they'll just increase the prices. You know what I'm saying? And they're basically saying that this practice could result in a potential payout. If it is, that they're able to sue them, a payout of £3 billion, which is basically £70 per affected customer. Apple's obviously saying they ain't done nothing wrong. They're saying that users are not obligated to use iCloud. You can do something else, right? But they're saying, at the end of the day, this is the service we offer and people are accepting it. We didn't force them. So anyway, long story short, that's what's happening.
To be fair though, iPhone is Apple is a scam. Because what do you mean I've got a phone that's an Apple product, but I've got to pay for Apple Music? Like how else? Like what do you mean? Like so yeah, you got to pay for Apple TV as well. All these other Apple things. There should be privileges of having flipping Apple product.
Yeah, this is it.
So fair, but I can't bother to be my iCloud there.
This is it, and this is what they're banking on. You know what I mean? Like you said, obviously you've got the smaller storage space, right? So obviously it's not that much money, but for people who, for example, there are people who are paying like £55 a month for like 12 terabytes. Obviously that's going to be people who do crazy content creation.
But how much do you pay?
For iCloud?
Yeah. Do you pay for iCloud?
Let me check.
£55 is crazy.
Yeah.
So we need to investigate people.
But 12 terabytes is crazy.
If Brent don't pay 12 terabytes, we need to investigate them people. Because what are you keeping on there?
Yeah, you don't need 12 terabytes. But again, it depends. Like if you're doing crazy photography
I don't
videos.
do much on my phone.
Yeah, but even like you haven't got. Is your computer Apple?
Yeah, but what you're probably equating it to isn't what I use it for.
Oh, fair. We need to investigate them people. Unless you're storing films on there.
Yeah, it might be.
But I mean like you are Tyler Perry and this is how you're storing films.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
This is what's happening. And in addition to this, Apple doesn't allow you to have other companies' storage on your phone.
That's why
they don't have the full access. So that means if you've got an Apple phone, you're pretty much only going to be able to use iCloud.
Yeah, that sounds like grounds for suing.
And there you go. And that's basically what the issue is.
£9 a month. I have the 2 terabyte option. You're talking about the 12 terabyte option, which is £60 per month.
What's the £2 one?
500 megabytes. I don't know. It doesn't have a 2.1 on my phone here.
It's 99p for 50 gig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's already gone past that. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically what the situation is.
I don't even know if I need what I signed up for, to be fair. Anyway.
The only man about iCloud.
Huh?
I said, I'm the only man about iCloud.
I thought everyone automatically had iCloud if you have an iPhone anyway.
Yeah, I think there's a free one, but it's only like maybe 20 gig. So it doesn't do anything for you.
No, I don't use it. If they give me the option to use it, I say no.
That's true. Let me see how much I'm using this for anyway.
So you store everything on your actual device, innit?
Yeah, I got my phones and I got backups. My stuff's on my laptop.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Next thing I wanted to mention quickly is Homebase. They've collapsed, man. They've collapsed into administration, and now 2,000 jobs are at risk.
Homebase, all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not bad, you know. I don't know what they're selling there though.
Home
I
shit.
sell a bit. Yeah, but
stuff.
I was,
Pasta.
when I think about that, I think of
Pasta
B&Q.
here, they got good shapes.
Pasta. As in the food.
Homebase.
Yeah.
Pasta for squirrels or for human beings?
I'm sure it's that Homebase thing. When you go upstairs and it's got all the cutlery bits and
That's
all the
IKEA.
plates. Nope, I'm talking about
With the
Homebase.
meatballs?
No, you go upstairs with all the plates and all this.
You could say fancy one.
And all the knives and that, and then they got all the wine. In the food section, they got pastas and they got all the kitchen. I'm sure it's in home. I'm sure it's Homebase, or is it home?
Bargains.
No.
I don't know.
What's Homebase? Like B&Q?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not
Like
that one I'm thinking
flowers and
about.
all that stuff, and tools and.
So what's the home
bargains.
It's not home bargains.
They sell a lot of stuff, home stuff. I can see pasta being sold
Home something.
I don't know.
And where you get the furnishings, interior stuff, cushions and ting and plates and ting. And
You can purchase pasta in Homebase.
Oh, you can.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Homebase then. I was being right then. All them home shops you can get pasta in. That's where you get the leng
there. I
shapes
didn't know
from.
Serious.
If you go to Tesco and that, you just get normal pen and all that. If you want the leng shapes and you want to show off the big rigatoni.
But I didn't know that. Okay. I thought Homebase was like a B&Q. That's how, because I always get them mixed up. I thought it was just like home fixing
Home
stuff.
Sense. That's the one I'm talking about as well. Home Sense is called.
It's got to be Home Sense.
No, but
to be fair, though, apparently Homebase does sell. But you should not for like squirrels and stuff because they sell like pets.
For real.
I don't know if it's what you want to have meatballs with, child, because interesting.
Yeah. Well,
I need to go and see what Homebase sells now
Pastor for Scribbles is cold though.
because I don't know. Like they.
Yeah, I was talking about
remind me
Home
of,
Sense. I was definitely talking
B&Q.
about Home
Home
Sense.
Sense.
I check out Home Sense, and that sounds very lovely and fancy. But Homebase gives me like B&Q vibes.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Either way, they're failing. They've collapsed into administration. 2,000 jobs at risk, man. Sad, but yeah, that's what happens in business. And I'm pretty sure the budget would have contributed. And the last thing I wanted to mention is more than 100 post office branches and hundreds of head office jobs are at risk as well. Yeah, they're in trouble as well, man. Under the plan, there's a new plan to basically shake up the post office, Royal Mail. 115 loss-making branches are going to be, which are owned by the post office, could be closed. 115, and yeah, that's basically what's happening, man. The post office is looking at options, including alternative franchise arrangements where other third-party companies and operators can take on certain branches that already exist, and then that will basically currently employ about 1,000 workers. But yeah, that's what the plan is. A lot of companies are in trouble, man. But that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
All right, then let's do our last headlines.
All right, people. So our last set of headlines. Apparently, in picking the billionaire Elon Musk to be our cost cutter for the US government, President-elect Donald Trump won't be the first American president to empower a business tycoon to look for ways to dramatically cut federal regulations. I think they did that in the UK as well when Alan Sugar got invited to number 10 Downing Street one time. They were trying to use his business acumen to help out with the economy. This was like many years ago. I think was it under Cameron? I can't remember. Anyway, President Reagan apparently did something similar with Peter Grace to lead a bureaucratic cost-cutting commission back in 1982. Still, the chemical business magnate had fewer conflicts of interest than the world's richest man does today. But Musk, he's got his SpaceX, and they hold billions of dollars in NASA contracts. He's CEO of Tesla. He's an electric car business owner, obviously Tesla, that benefits from government tax incentives and is subject to auto safety rules. And his platform, X, artificial intelligence startup XAI, Neuralink, all this other stuff, they all pretty much all intersect with the federal government in various ways. So I think this is why people are not too happy with him being involved and stuff. But anyway, Trump has said that Musk and the former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy will now lead a new department called the Department of Government Efficiency, which is Doge, you know what I mean, which is a joke name that references the Dogecoin thing that Elon Musk was trying to push a couple of years ago. So Musk said on his platform, we finally have a mandate to delete the mountain of choking regulations that do not serve the greater good. Trump has also said that Musk and Ramaswamy will work from outside the government to offer the White House advice and guidance and will partner with the Office of Management and Budget to drive structural reform, some of which could only be done through Congress. Next headline, and the British Army has apologized after 2 soldiers from one of their most prestigious units were pictured wearing SS uniforms for a Halloween party. This is the Nazi uniforms, basically, right? An investigation has been launched after pictures emerged of the 2 Queen's Royal Hussars performing a Nazi salute in their outfits, complete with medals and swastikas. The pair were reportedly marched from the Halloween mess event, and the 2 unnamed soldiers' careers in the military may be saved after they were granted permission to attend dressed as members of Adolf Hitler's elite guard by their commanding officer. So even though it looks mad on them, they were given the permission to do this. They actually asked their commanding officer, and he said, yeah, it's cool. You can turn up in Nazi uniforms, which is crazy. But anyway, the regimental sergeant major is reported to have also been suspended pending an inquiry. And our last headline, South African soccer chief Danny Jordaan, who helped bring the first ever FIFA World Cup tournament to Africa, has been arrested on fraud and theft charges. Jordaan is accused of using 1.3 million, whatever the South African thing is, which is $72,000 of South African Football Association funds to hire a PR firm and a private security company for his personal benefit. Jordaan is the president of the association and led the country's World Cup bid committee, which secured the rights to host one of the biggest sporting events in South Africa back in 2010. His arrest follows a raid by the country's special investigating units at the offices of SAFA, the South African Football Association, in March, where an assortment of electronic gadgets and files were seized for further investigation, thus leading to the arrest. And according to police, Jordaan was arrested with another official and also a businessman as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines, guys. It's time to pay them bills.
Right, let's get into the reaction.
Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out the sports headlines. It's international break, so there's not a lot of football going on. I've only got one headline here. It says the IOC needs to protect female sport. That's coming from Lord Cole. The International Olympic Committee needs to improve rules on transgender and DSD, differences in sex development, athletes to protect female sport, says World Athletics President Lord Cole. Britain's two-time Olympic 1500-metre champion Cole, 68, is one of 7 confirmed candidates hoping to succeed Thomas Bach as IOC president next March. His comments come after Algeria's Iman Khalif won women's welterweight boxing gold at the Paris Games in summer, a year after being disqualified from the World Championships for reportedly failing gender eligibility tests. I think the International Olympics Committee needs a very, very clear policy in this space. And protection of the female category for me is absolutely non-negotiable. If you are not prepared to do that, and that is where the international federations expect to lead to be taken, then you really will lose female sport, and I'm not prepared to see that happen. I'm not sure that policy is clear enough at the moment. That's Lord Cole's quotes. The gender ineligibility tests were conducted by the Russian-led International Boxing Association, which was later stripped of its world governing body status by the IOC over integrity and governance issues. The IBA said Khalif failed to meet eligibility criteria for participating in women's competition. The IOC questioned the legitimacy and credibility of the IBA's test, saying they could not be relied upon. Khalif and Taiwan's Ling Yuting, who was also banned by the IBA, were both cleared to compete at the Olympics by the IOC. Both have insisted they are women. There is no suggestion they are transgender. In a wide-ranging interview, Cole also spoke on how he has been in training for life for the presidency of OIC, the fundamental challenges facing the Olympic movement, prize money in sport, and building a relationship with US President-elect Donald Trump, with the next game scheduled to take place in Los Angeles in 2028. And that's all we have for headlines. We've got what else happened? I missed that one even last night. There was basketball. Yeah. That's not the playing tournament. What's it? The mid-season tournament. I think they're playing. There were some big games. Klay Thompson went back to the Warriors, went back to his home. You get me? Got an adult reception, but he fell short. Steph Curry proved he's still the man. Went crazy. Got 39 points. I think he got the last 12 points of the game. Mm-hmm. There was like a 7-point lead or something like that with like 4 minutes to go, and Steph Curry just went crazy. And hit them with a night. Dope. So yeah, that was good. And I think the Knicks and the 76ers played. Embiid made a return. He only got 13 points. It was limited minutes, but they lost as well. Paul George went off though. I think he got 29 points. He done his thing, but he needs to be careful in Philly because them Philly fans are crazy. If he ain't balling out, yeah, Philly fans are tough. They'll cuss him out. They'll ruin his life. But yeah, that's what's going on. Any other NBA news I care about?
What do you think about the David Coots saga?
Who?
The referee.
The drug man.
Yeah. I think the Sun dropped the video. Yeah.
Of him sniffing. I see a video of him sniffing, and then he's called it. He's saying he don't like Klopp and all that. It's messed up because initially when it came out, he said there's no video in it. He said there's a lie. He said it's a lie. There's no video, and then he had to apologize for the video. That speaks to me, yeah, that he didn't even know that video existed because I'm hearing he's wasted in it. Like you could tell, like he's clearly heavily inebriated. You get what I'm trying to say? So he might not even have knew the video existed. So when they said, "Oh yeah, there's a video," he was like, "What are you talking about? Impossible, man. That's fake news." And then he saw it and he was like, "Oh snap!"
What video are you talking about?
Of him saying Klopp, sir.
Okay. There was a prior drop before that.
Before him saying Klopp.
Yeah, before him suggesting there wasn't a video.
Apparently,
I only saw it when the video just dropped.
Yeah, but I don't know where he's made this, whether he said this to them or whatever. But in the reporting that I'm seeing, that when he's made of aware that there's a video, or whatever, or they the referees, they've called him or whatever they said, he's denied it.
Okay. So even when it dropped on X,
once it dropped,
there
was prior. I think it might be communication between him and the company, or whatever, but initially, I don't know. That's the report in the I read that when he was told that there's a video of you arrested to the tear, he denied it. He said, "No, there's not. I don't know what you're talking about." And then obviously the video dropped, and he's had to come out and say, "Rare." So in my, and like I was saying, he's absolutely wasted in the video. So in my mind, I'm saying that when he said that there weren't no video,
he didn't know.
He didn't know. I don't think he remembered that.
Well, he did say that's him. It's not AI, but he can't remember that because obviously he was
wasted.
drugged up. Question: in the video, he called Klopp a German cunt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that as just descriptive language, or do you see it as like xenophobia?
The latter.
Ooh, okay.
It is descriptive language, but with England and just the history between England and Germany, it can't be no other way. I know a lot of the referees don't like Klopp because of the way he moves and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's too easy to be taken that way. So how else can you take it? Like I said, because it's just the history of England and Germany. And okay, yeah, I think that's whether he meant it like that or not. That's how it's going to be taken, and that's all that matters, isn't it?
Question: let's just say other referees, they have their biases, they have their opinions on who they like, who they don't like.
They all do.
100%, and you believe that happens, right?
Yeah.
Now, he didn't know he was being filmed.
No.
Or he didn't know he was going to go out.
Yeah.
So should he be fired if he was doing something everybody else was doing?
I'm guessing there's a code of conduct here. All that drugs and all that kind of stuff. Like, when it comes out, it comes out.
Let's pull back the drugs, because obviously
cool,
has come out, and
cool.
we have seen him snorting cocaine.
I think he should have been reprimanded, like a suspension or something.
So you think
before the drugs,
you could see him still running out on a Premier League pitch?
Yeah, maybe just don't give him no Liverpool games. He didn't say anything bad. He said, "What do you think of Liverpool that day?" He said they were shit, which they were. That's what he said. He said they were shit. He didn't say like he hates Liverpool or nothing like that. He's like, "Oh, what did you think of Liverpool that day?" He's like, "Oh, they were shit." Klopp, he's a German. All right, cool. It was stupid. I don't know. I reckon they would have thrown the book at him. But at the same time, I would have thought a little suspension and something would have been cool for that. But then you add the drugs to it and it's like, you're cooked, homie.
That is so interesting.
What?
Because I heard the argument, and I was questioning how people could even see the possibility of him returning after that video dropped.
Because of what he said. Like, and Klopp's not there no more, and it was a personal thing. Like, it didn't. It's a like. It wasn't about the. It doesn't. Nothing's integrity. He didn't say nothing about the sports and he didn't say nothing about Liverpool personally. He just gave his opinion on their performance, how they played. So as far as the sports and the integrity is concerned, there's nothing to worry about there. You can't say, oh, he's going to be doing this and doing that, because it wasn't that.
Yeah.
And then the Klopp thing's a personal attack on Klopp. It's bad language and stuff like that, but it's just a personal attack from like. So I could argue that a little slap on the wrist could be not a slap on the wrist, but I'm saying like a little suspension, some kind of. You get me? I don't know. All
right. So now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it, right?
Yeah.
And you would probably fill in the dots that aren't in the video.
Mm.
In my mind, I would fill in the dots. All right, if you're moving like that with Klopp, surely you have other teams that you don't like based on where you come from.
There's been teams. He said Klopp. He never said he don't like the team. He said Klopp, and this is what you're doing. You're conflating things. And that's what people are going to do then anyway.
I just said, don't you fill in the dots that you can't see on video?
Yeah, but I didn't take that as the team. He said Klopp. It was personal. Klopp's always shouting.
I'm aware. I'm aware that he didn't say Liverpool. I don't like Liverpool.
Yeah.
He said that they're rubbish.
Yeah.
Just like if you say Arsenal's rubbish, I'm not expecting you to be favouring Arsenal with any single decision that you look to basically be presented with. That's in my head. If you're saying Arsenal rubbish, I'm not thinking you're a fan of Arsenal.
He's not a fan. It's a critique. He asks, how did they play? They played rubbish. They were rubbish. What are you talking about? So you don't want to take that. What do you mean I'm not a fan of Arsenal? This is what the fans are going to do. So this is probably why he has to go, because you're not going to do stupidness like this. Like, he ain't got no problem against Liverpool. He asked, how was Liverpool today? They played rubbish. They were rubbish.
Let me start again. The things that we see on video are the things that we see on video. Because of what he said on the video, we're going to fill in other things that we can't see.
That we can't see.
So I'm now giving you examples of what it is that can be filled in because we've now seen it on video. You did say that every single referee probably slags off the teams that they don't like.
Yeah, they'll have
when
bunches.
they're not on
they'll
camera.
have players they don't like. They'll have managers they don't like.
100%.
They'll have teams that
But
they
it's
can't
not-
stand.
It's not filmed.
Yeah, no, of
we
course
never
not.
get to see or look to think that if you've said this, you probably think this about this.
Yeah.
That's what normally happens as human beings, right?
I hear you.
Now
I'm
that
with
we've
you.
seen it,
Yeah,
right?
I'm with you.
Now, in my mind, when he rolls on the pitch, doesn't matter if he's reffing Liverpool games or not, that crowd is gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
It's not gonna affect the PGMOL, the brand.
Yeah.
Because look at what has happened off the back of this video dropping. They're calling for blood.
Yeah, he's done
They
it.
want complete reform. And remember, during that time, they've been screaming about VAR and the inaccuracies of decisions.
What, they're
and
using this to get onto VAR now?
I'm telling you, they're going to use it. They're going to use it.
Yeah, no, I hear it. It's a
He's
lot
now
still.
giving them an in. And that's why,
Because they didn't just fire him. He's under investigation and stuff, innit?
yeah, the Cook things just dropped on that.
Yeah, the Coke
And that
things.
was during 2024. With some
The first one was in lockdown, COVID, because he was saying, when you hear him talking, saying, oh, yeah, I have
Social
my mask
distancing.
and social distancing and that, yeah. Yeah, the Coke thing, he's cooked. Remember, they try get onto Clattenburg for going to the Ed Sheeran, what's his name? Ed Sheeran concert.
Oh, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. Yeah,
He wasn't allowed to go?
He went afterwards and they banned him. They banned him from the weekend games, innit? But I suppose that's actually different. It's protocol. They're saying that the referee groups have to travel to the game and from the game together for integrity purposes. I don't know whether people be approaching them for bribes and shit like that. I think it's some integrity thing. So that's their rules. They have to leave to the game and from the game together. But Clattenburg had a game in London. I think Ed was in 02 and he showered and bounced and went to the concert.
Someone gave him Ed Sheeran tickets to basically through the game. Was he refereed Arsenal at the time?
I don't know. But yeah, he went to the concert and they were like, what? Moved him from the next week's games. Banned. In trouble. I'm like, right, what? Man can't even go to the concert. So man can't go to a concert. They can't sniff coke and thing.
So if it was up to you, you would let him run back out onto the pitch?
No, it's
No,
done.
forget the cook. No, the video of the cook is okay. You can't be doing that. But the previous video, you just wouldn't let him ref Liverpool games.
No, I would have reasoned with him. I probably would have told him
Why
to
would you
hand.
wouldn't? Why
I would
would
have told
you-
him to hand in his resignation.
Why would you not let him ref Liverpool games if you say that he didn't say anything untoward to suggest he doesn't like Liverpool?
That's a stupid question.
It's not.
Why would I
because
send him into
you
Anfield?
entertained
Why would I
your
send him into
own
Anfield? Because again, I
ideas
said
when you didn't understand what I was
I
saying.
said there's people out there that are gonna think like you too and do foolishness. So why am I gonna send them into bare idiots for?
Martin. Anyway, bumper cloud.
Okay, cool. That's it. Let's get into that out here. That's a bumper club. Oh, Ed sent something in, and I guess it was there for a while ago. So let me get through it because I haven't been there for the day to do done IS for a while. Let's see what we're working with.
I might have saved one on X too.
Oh, you got one?
I got bear, man. These liberal people have been doing mad stupid videos.
Is it?
I need to watch that Ray J video
It's bear,
again.
man.
Just lift the movie to
What's the Ray J one?
Is this still in
taking
there?
their asses out here.
That was funny, man.
He said what? They're taking
Yeah,
acid.
he's reporting on Diddy. He was like, you gotta be careful out here. They're taking their asses out here. Nah, that was funny.
Yeah, fucked it.
Oh, gosh.
I've never seen this in my life.
Let me see this then.
Gosh.
But this is why I guess they're saying Trump needs to be in power.
What?
This is you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh dear, I'm
This is
nervous.
mental.
I am nervous.
They locked out as well. They locked out.
Just my luck.
All right, the caption says, they know Trump is going to close the border, so they're trying to sneak as many people in as they can, but they're failing, as you can see.
I'm taking a video, bro.
You're lying.
Where is this?
There's not people. There can't be.
We're in the car.
There can't be. That's impossible.
Oh, wait.
How did they know?
Someone snitched.
But you know what's mad? Imagine being the one in there.
He told me she still has an output like you can't see me.
Like, yeah, like, no, don't get out, something stupid.
If I don't move.
She's like, if I don't move, maybe they won't think this is real. Get
I
out
can't
of the
believe
car.
one of them didn't try and run.
Get out of the car. That's what I thought. Like, why is they trying to pull that last piece? You should have jumped out, ran. She's in there talking about,
The things you'll do to leave your country, boy.
it's sad though. That's the sad
Is there
part.
even oxygen in there, bro?
No,
Yeah,
it's exhaust.
It's an open. It might get hit with pebbles and stones and stuff. For the
That's
the lift
crazy.
back of the tires, but yeah, there's air in there.
Barely.
'Cause you had to hit-
And was they on the highways? What, they were going at 70?
They don't even drive
shock
carefully.
absorption as
Shay.
well.
All the bumps.
They go for a lot, man.
It's
How
sad.
many?
though.
Have you
It's
read the
sad.
thread? Do you know how many we've got found in there?
I don't want to read this thread. They might say it's staged. They might say something else.
Oh, yeah, they ruined
I just
it.
like the video. I just like
Can
the
you send it to me,
video.
please?
Yeah,
I want to read the quote.
Oh,
That's
man.
wild. Dude. That's so creative, though. Big up that.
Where
But
they
it
come
didn't
from?
work,
Mexico.
but that's sick.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Even though like Mexico's got the cartel and the war and all that, these people might have been in bad situations, man, trying to leave. It's hard to. I mean, it's easy to laugh at them and that, but we don't know what they was running from, man.
So did they automatically deport them back, or did they can they seek asylum and stuff?
No,
Just
they're
in
cool.
case?
They're gonna go into detention centers.
Immediately.
Yeah, they're gonna go into detention centers, man.
That's horrible.
They could be running from, like I'm saying, Escobar and them, man. There could be peak for them, man. Because more time, when you got immigrants and people doing that stuff like that, do you think that the majority of people are really like down bad, or is it people just looking just for the come to where the grass is greener?
People are down bad, man. People are down bad.
To do that,
Yeah.
Because if you're not that down bad, there's other means in which you can get to leave the country. And
yeah.
stuff.
If you're not that down bad,
Is that
do you,
more
do you
comfortable?
resort to that? If that's not like, if you're not like
Yeah, you're-
desperate to get out of there,
Yeah, there's more comfortable situations that you can use to smuggle your way out. You can try and get a fake passport or whatever, but these people are actually being smuggled. And it's mad though. I think what's the crazy though is that they pay so much money for that.
I was just about to say that to you. So how down bad are they?
No, but
they
they-
can spend thousands. On
But that's the thing, that people, they borrow money from other people. They do so much that they do crazy things to get the money, because in their mind, once I cross over, I'll be able to work and I will send you the money back.
But sometimes it's just a case of them selling themselves to the actual
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah, there is that as well.
Because they are attached to gangs and stuff. So I don't know if it's always here's my life savings, because sometimes it's more than that to even get through there. Because that looks like a VIP entrance
What?
compared to what
They
they
came
would
in a
normally
limo?
do. Like when you get
The boats.
in those shipping containers.
So I think you need to watch that video back again and tell me what you think is VIP about that.
Nah.
They're not sat in the car. They're sat in between the car.
So one, you can try to run across the border, right?
Yeah.
Climbing the fence and whatnot. But then there are, is it coyotes that look to hunt them and kill them?
What is that?
What's that?
American coyotes.
Oh, that's
Not-
horrible.
not the
At night time
wolves, not the
or
wolves.
during
Oh,
the
the
day.
people with the guns on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
yeah.
animals.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, them,
I mean, they are animals,
Them
to be
people
fair.
who
Yeah, they shoot them down, man.
They shoot them down.
Yeah.
They don't even get down
to
from the
train
wall.
and pretend like they're in the army. They learn how to shoot guns and whatnot, and then they live off the land. And
the wilderness, man, the survival.
yeah, they take it upon themselves to go and look to.
So they're
steal
doing
Trump's
free
bidding.
labor.
They come off the grid. They go off the grid, and because if the world stops, they're fine.
So they're doing free labor for America or Mexico.
I might even be using the wrong word. Maybe the coyotes are the ones that
But then Mexican side.
are trafficking the people
No, they're on
over.
America's side.
Is that what the
They're waiting for them
coyotes
to come
mean?
over.
I'm not sure.
They're border
Oh,
patrol
okay.
people, right? And then there are those Americans who decide they're going to save America themselves, right? And a lot of them have guns and whatnot.
Of course, everyone can get one.
But I think the coyotes are the ones to try to traffic them over. But any which way, you can go through there and you can get killed, right? That is a lottery. That's a roulette, Russian roulette thing. Then you have those who jump in the back of vans and whatnot.
Yeah.
Easily you can get
Well, like even under the car, by the tires and stuff.
Then you have ones who are trafficked in shipping containers.
Yeah.
And then you're given a little air to breathe, but sometimes they just die, man.
Like a hole.
And then there's a tunneling under the ground. and then you find yourself in Virginia or something, in some house and whatnot. The bare ways.
Imagine you find yourself in
Imagine sunbathing.
This
You know, in
hair
your garden.
is- I can see this
Imagine
running.
Virginia, you know.
I can
in
see
the
this
middle.
running.
All the way, like East Coast.
No, forget about Virginia. I just need the state, obviously.
Tallahassee.
One that
Texas,
is close
man.
to the border.
Texas.
Yes.
Texas. There we go. There we go. But
That's sad, you know.
I can see this running.
Texas was Mexico, you know. They took it from them.
Yeah. I think part of California as well, isn't it?
They took nothing from them.
Just technically, they can see, should still be allowed back there. That's still their territory.
I lied.
To fight for their land.
This is a different conversation, but yeah, they should be allowed in Texas. But, you know, I don't know, because like I said, that was crazy, yeah. But my heart's warming to them, man. I don't know what they went through. To call them down out here is a bit, man.
Oh my gosh, Brent.
I didn't ask you to give it to them that's cooped up in the car.
Who did?
Who's getting to that? Trump.
Whoever snitched. I don't think it was the dogs that found them. Somebody snitched. Look, they were. That to rank that off, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, that's wickedness, man.
Yeah, because
I don't know
that's
if
so
it's because they got
specific.
caught. I don't know if because they got caught and they're like,
There's more in the other car.
Oh,
yeah, homie, I got some.
What did you say? Do you know what? No,
I don't know.
I'm not doing this with you.
that's funny. All right, cool.
That's really horrible, though.
Whoever snitched is done out here. Facts. Big facts. Big facts.
Now you gotta find them and beat them out. That's deep.
Do y'all know that Diddy's security advisor, the guy who was the fixer for all of his stuff,
The FBI guy. The black
FBI
guy?
the black guy
Yeah.
who used to be Michael Jackson's security
Yeah.
guy, and he owns a large part of land, a plot of land, where the wall is.
Oh
And
yes.
people were
Remember?
saying that's how they were getting all of these particular
Sex
illegal,
traffickers.
yeah, female workers to come through and do what they want, and then just disappear them afterwards.
Also, what they were all Mexican girls.
I don't know what kind of racial mix up, but I do know that they are looking at that particular man really, really hard because
Of his land.
yeah, because that's
And the
a
shit,
lot
man.
of illegals come through that way.
Yeah.
And if it is that you own the land, then it's easier for you
Yeah.
to basically just traffic
Just
them.
yeah.
True.
I mean that's detailed planning.
And that's why people are asking if it is Trump who was
For depravity.
involved in it.
Mm.
Anyway, just
that'll
so you're all aware, Congress again is having another hearing about the UAPs. It went on yesterday, so you might be hearing some updates very soon.
Oh, sick.
Not
On
from
what?
me though. I'm not gonna be talking to y'all about this until it is y'all ask me.
What's this about?
Aliens.
UAP.
It's not aliens.
Unidentified
It's the it's the
aerial
flying-
phenomena.
It's the aircraft that aliens fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more so what the BlackRock and Lockheed and Martin are doing.
So when are they
It's
meeting?
not necessarily the aliens.
When
what
can,
are
you, when can you give us an update?
I'm not.
If I ask for one.
No, it needs to fall in the timeline. Then you'll basically say, "Oh my goodness, look what we're reporting on." Then he's like, "Brent, have you got any commentary?" And I'll be
Okay,
like,
then, so can
"All
you-
right, you forced me to it."
Okay, so when it's out, can you retweet it? Because it's not gonna come on my timeline afterwards.
Okay.
It's not gonna come on my
Okay.
algorithm. You're not gonna put it retweet, are you? It's so annoying.
No.
I could be like,
No, no, no,
okay,
no.
okay. Oh dear. I like alien stories though.
Yeah, E.T.
Yeah, I've never watched that. It just looks so icky.
Did you watch that interview with that Dan guy who used to be Tate before Tate?
Dan.
Oh, with Piers. I saw him
Dan.
reading. I didn't watch the full film, but I saw him reading for film.
No,
Yeah.
no. didn't
When he said,
see
"Don't you
it.
think the Jews are gonna
no,
feel the way?" He said,
no,
"Well, I
no.
feel this. I feel this."
Complete
No.
mind block.
No, but I didn't see it.
All right, then I didn't see
But
it.
I really like Dan the Brother, you know.
I
From
don't-
before, when I
I
see
don't
him
like-
And
with
his
the
latest
girls.
work.
I don't like him.
No, I know his latest work, it was prior work. Because I see him on boats with gal and he's a gambler, poker man. Like, I proper like Dan Bilzerian. But I don't know what he's done now.
Okay.
At all.
At all. I don't have a clue what he's done.
This is something about knowing what he's done. Well.
Please. Oh, right, got to the end of another great show. Thanks to everybody that took part, everybody in the chat calling us.
Big up you guys.
Big up you guys. Anybody who ain't listened to the show yet, then today we covered a few things about more than 30 church officials faced a sack after the Archbishop of Canterbury quits.
Good.
So there's a lot going on in the church. More heads are gonna roll.
There's no heads in there apparently.
Yeah, definitely heads are gonna roll. And the Guardians moved from X. They left it. They quit. They took all their stuff off there. They know they will not be participating in that anymore. They don't like the way Elon moves and that he helped Trump win the presidency. So the Guardian are gone. And then some of our other headlines: British Army doing British Army stuff. You get me? As they do. A couple of soldiers got in trouble for wearing Nazi uniforms. I just don't know why you would do that. Well, actually, Harry done that too, right?
He did.
There's something.
He did actually.
That's why the referee can't call the guy a German gunman. You get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. You can't do that. We done that. Obviously, there was word on road. Esther didn't put me in there because she's hating, but it's cool.
Talk about it tomorrow.
She wants to talk about Quincy Jones. Big him up.
The man died.
R.I.P.
The man died.
R.I.P. Quincy Jones.
You're jealous of a dead man. That's crazy.
Oh, moving on. Moving on. Oh, that was it, man. We had a great show.
We did.
We're going to be at the same time, same place tomorrow.
Yep.
You going to tell them about that stuff?
Please follow us on socials the day after TNB. We are on X. We are on Discord. So if you want to discuss other things on there, you're more than welcome to. There's channels for all these things. We're also on Instagram and we are on TikTok. And also, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that great stuff. And we'll see you guys back here for Friday.
Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.